Every year, bartenders arrive in Ireland for the Jameson Bartenders Gathering. What goes on? Well, we can't really say. But you could find out at your neighbourhood bar.
One of the vacation, and this Australian guy starts a fight with me, so I might as well.
Live on YouTube.
We are indeed. Hello, and welcome to the Top Corner Podcast live.
Let me double check we are.
Well, it's. I've checked. We are. We are on. I can. There we go. Just to give you proof. Now you probably are going to hear my voice echo in a second, only because I need to see if it's echoing. Yeah, it's on.
No, it's not.
It is. It's on. Turn it up a bit more.
Is it? Oh yeah, I can hear myself now.
There you go. Right, I'm just going to check. It's not echoing, so you'll probably hear my voice again. No, we're all right. So, welcome to the Top Corner Podcast live. Well, it's not really a podcast, this one, to be honest. It's a live watch-along of the Champions League game of Salzburg versus Liverpool. Joining us in the studio, as always. There we go. That's a nice camera to have it on. Hey, see, we've got me and we've got Kieran.
If I get bored, I can go sit on the couch.
But we have got the Champions League game of Red Bull Salzburg versus Liverpool that we will be live commentating. Let me turn that down. There we go.
I love hearing myself tonight.
Just got to check, haven't we, with sound? But for anybody that is joining us, if you have any questions or comments throughout, you're more than welcome to ask them throughout the stream
by
today.
By the way, that buzzing sound is probably my fault.
They can't hear it.
Oh, can they not?
Yeah, I don't think they can hear it. I think it comes through more on ours than it does on theirs.
Well, I hope that's true because I hate it.
Yeah, it's
probably because my phone's so close to the mic, but got to get them socials.
Exactly, you know? But there's a lot to talk about today. This is a very unplanned stream. I'm not going to lie. We didn't originally plan to do this, but we kind of decided about 10 or 15 minutes ago to go and do this stream. So technically it wasn't really decided, was it?
No, excuse me, there was a long 5-minute planning
to
go in, both eating food and going, should we go do a Liverpool watch? I said, yeah, if it kicks off at 7:45, we can't do it though.
But the good news is it kicks off in about 15 minutes time. So for those of you that are going to be watching along, there will be a little bit of the audio in the background, not too much, of course, because of copyright. But to be fair, once the stream's kind of done and out of the way, that will effectively be it. It probably won't go live on YouTube as a full video. In the sense of things. But of course, as I said, the game does kick off in 15 minutes time. I am just sorting out some stuff which we can have on screen, so you'll be able to see both lineups of the sides that are going to be facing each other in 15 minutes time. It's a very big pressured game in the Champions League. It's all or nothing basically for Salzburg, Liverpool, and not just those sides, but also Napoli as well. If Liverpool get a point today in their match against Salzburg, they will go on to qualify from their group, which you'll be able to probably see nothing on your screen right now. The screen will have gone blank, but I am about to put up the lineups for either of the teams that will be on the field in about 15 minutes' time. In terms of the game itself, what do you think is going to happen? Because it's certainly going to be a tricky one, I think, for Liverpool.
Yeah,
tonight.
I think Salzburg have surprised a lot of people in the group. I think not many people knew much about them heading in because we've seen, well, I know a few successful Europa League campaigns.
They did. They
But,
had the one a couple of years ago where, it was the year when Manchester United won it, wasn't it?
Yeah, they got to semis. When I look at them, most people will be like me and view them nothing more than a Europa League side.
Yeah.
But this year, I think, much like Ajax last year, that youthful enthusiasm and that fearlessness has took them so far this year with dynamic attacking players. Haaland surprised everyone with his clinical goal scoring. Then you've got Hwang Hee-chan and Minamino, which, I mean, as creators and playmakers have shown oozes of confidence and like endless talent. But then you look at experienced players in the midfield like Junuzovic, who came from Werder Bremen, who is very similar to Daley Blind at Man United, or not Man United, at Ajax in my opinion.
Yeah.
That experienced head that when this young squad can get excited about this European competition, can kind of settle everyone down and really acknowledge the importance of this game.
It's a very, very tricky one, I think. For Liverpool, it's interesting because they find themselves in quite a precarious situation here in the pure fact that if they lose this game and Salzburg win, I believe, as far as I'm aware, they still theoretically can go through, but they're relying on Napoli to then drop points against Genk, which, I mean, Napoli aren't in the greatest of form right now. I don't think it's going to be the easiest of games, to be honest, for Napoli in the sense of things, because Ancelotti potentially could be facing the sack tonight. Reports saying that Gattuso will be announced. Will you stream the match? Unfortunately, we can't stream the match because of copyright issues. To be honest, if we could, I'd have it on. We'll be doing a live commentary throughout. We'll have the audio of the game in the background, but we'll not have it too high because, once again, there are copyright issues with that on the side, but we will give you as much coverage as we possibly can for the Liverpool game. For those of you that cannot watch the match altogether, we'll try and do as much as possible.
Imagine Soccer Saturday on a budget.
Exactly.
There you go.
But we'll also keep you up to date with the other game that's going on at 5:55, which is the match between, I don't know why it's coming up with Liverpool, because I've quite clearly just clicked Champions League. The other match that's going on is Napoli Genk. So it's in terms of the two games that are on, it's really is all or nothing now because both sides are going to be playing at the same time. And let's say if Napoli are, for example, 1-0 up at half-time and this game's still 0-0, obviously for Liverpool in the respect of things, that's fine because that's what they need in terms of a result, a point or more, they'll get through. But for a side like Red Bull Salzburg, for example, who are going to need to win the game, they might at half-time think, right, let's go all out.
Well, I'll tell you what, if they drop into the Europa League, there's a hell of a chance they might win it.
Oh, 100%. I think they'll be right up there in terms of being one of the sides that are going to be a real danger. They've been so dangerous against Napoli and the Liverpools. They've scored a lot of goals. I think, in fact, they're the highest goal scorer in their group, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, but they dispatched Genk.
They did, but they still scored 3 against Liverpool.
True.
In fact, yeah, they've scored 16 goals altogether in the group.
Do you not think that's
Liverpool
the
scored
worry?
11.
Do you not think that's the worry? That they score so many goals, but they're still not... They're not strong enough at the other end to mean they're not already through, even though they have scored the most goals in the group.
Well, that's the worry. I think, to be fair, you have to look at the quality of the side, which, when you compare it to a Liverpool and a Napoli, they do, quite frankly, they do not have the players and the quality to be able to go out and buy big, expensive players and things like that. By the way, what do you think about that? There you go. How's that for a nice little setup?
Oh, do you know what?
I think that looks quite
That's
lovely.
Absolutely. Do you know what? Look at our guest Trent on the podcast.
We have got a question
now
from.
You've turned it away and I can't see, so I can't say.
There
Thank
you go.
you. There we go.
That's
there
easy
we
for you.
go.
Rowan's asked a couple of questions. How you doing, Rowan?
Go on.
I hope you're doing better. How many goals is Slavia Prague smashing against Dortmund tonight? He's
Um,
predicting Souček 2, Olyinka 1
I
and
was
Traore
about
1.
to say, if Peter Olyinka's playing, then it's got to be a 5-0. I think.
But
Big man Olyinka.
for those of you that are watching on Periscope, thanks for joining. How are you all doing? For those that are watching on YouTube, we do have the comment section up, so if you've got any questions, you are more than welcome to send them in.
That's the delayed camera, isn't it?
That is, yeah, it's delayed, but it's better than that one.
What about that one?
Yeah. Oh well.
Go on. Let's.
Oh, I've got to delete it now. God, I do all the hard work and I get
I was
slated
gonna say,
for it.
honestly.
There we go. 2 seconds, guys. Obviously, you can all see this on the screen right now. But
I
we like
can't.
to give you a bit of a dedicated look to the sides that are going to be playing.
I was gonna say we want we want perfection. I don't deal with delay. I've had enough
There we
delayed
go.
trains in my life since I've moved to Leeds.
That's better. So,
Let's
as you can
see.
see in terms of the lineups for Liverpool, of course, their last game was against Everton in the Premier League. It was pretty much safe to say drubbing. We'll
No,
be
it
talking
wasn't.
about that on the Top Corner podcast
Wasn't
on
the last
Wednesday.
game against Bournemouth on the
Oh,
weekend?
shit, it was, yeah. My bad. It was actually.
It's all right.
Was it?
Carry on. 3-0.
2 games midweek. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
the
it's-
heavy Christmas schedule, but they beat Bournemouth 3-0 as well. And I think did they play a slightly weaker side?
Well, they gave minutes to Ox and Keita, and kind of as much rotation as they can afford. It wasn't like switch both 11s out.
Yeah, there we go. So Oxlade-Chamberlain played instead of Mane, who of course played in the Manchester. What the hell am I talking about? The Merseyside derby, and Naby Keita came in. Obviously, Fabinho's out injured, so he's not back till the beginning of next year, I think. So they've made a couple of changes to the side, but for this game, as you can quite clearly see, it's basically a full strength squad apart from Fabinho. I mean, Naby Keita deserves, in my opinion, that starting spot after that performance against Bournemouth.
Oh, I definitely. Isn't this his former team? Like a long time ago, we're talking, but before he came to Leipzig.
Yes, it is indeed. He was his former team.
I was gonna say, I don't think
he
he's
used to
gonna care
play
about it now,
for
but-
Salzburg, then he moved to Southampton, then he moved to Liverpool.
Keita?
Yeah, Naby Keita used to play for Salzburg.
Southampton, you said.
Yeah, sorry, I'm thinking of I'm thinking of Mane. Mane used to play for Salzburg as well. So technically, I'm right. Technically, I'm right. I'm on the right sense. It's both Keita and Mane's ex side.
This is what happens when we do a last minute sort of
Well,
thing.
exactly. But I'm right in the sense of things. I'm correct. So
Yeah,
I'll take my knowledge. But as I said, Mane did previously play for Salzburg, but Naby Keita also played for Salzburg as well before moving to Leipzig, and then moving to Liverpool in that big transfer a couple of years ago.
Yeah, Rowan has said it will be absolute limbs because he's going to come to Leeds when Olyinka bangs in a goal. However, we won't be in here.
We
But
won't be, no, because the game kicks off in about just under 10 minutes' time. But when you look at the Salzburg side,
Yep.
to be honest, the standout players that I think most people will know in the team are, of course, Pierre Haaland, who is the top scorer for Salzburg. I think he's the top scorer of the group. Hwang Hee-chan, who has played quite a sensational Champions League tournament so far. Minamino, who had a really, really good game against Liverpool last time. And then for Bundesliga fans, they'll also know Zlatko Junuzovic for his time at Werder Bremen.
Yep.
So they have got a couple of players that are of a real danger for Liverpool.
yeah, they've got game changers.
Exactly.
I think you look at Liverpool's side and they're stronger all over the pitch.
Oh, 100%.
Like, they should win this game 9 times out of 10. But we saw what troubles they caused them when when Salzburg went away to Anfield. And they do create an atmosphere in Austria. They really do.
They do. I mean, the stream that we've got up for the game, they were already setting off flares beforehand when the team bus was arriving for Salzburg. I mean, they've got some incredible fans. But in the sense of things, as you said, in the last game that they played against each other in the group, it was a absolute cracker of a match. It ended Liverpool 4, Red Bull Salzburg 3. Mane opened the score in 9 minutes in before Andy Robertson and Salah both scored to make it 3-0. Liverpool looked quite comfortable before Red Bull Salzburg went, no, we're going to make an incredible comeback. And Hwang Hee-chan, Minamino and Haaland all scored goals to make it 3-3 before Salah came clutch in the 69th minute to get the winning goal. It's safe to say that in that last game, when you look stats-wise, both teams had the same amount of shots and shots on target as well. But Red Bull Salzburg only had 30% possession. And I think the worry is it's always expected for a home side to dominate more of the ball because of, obviously, this fan support, and you want to give your home fans the best game as possible. Do you think tonight it could work into Salzburg's favour, considering they need to go out and win?
Well, I think Liverpool in general struggle away from home in Europe. I mean, look at last year, and they got beat by Red Star Belgrade, which don't even have any of the players to the quality of the attacking lineup of Salzburg. Yes, that might be a one-off game, but they lost to Napoli earlier this season as well, and Napoli have been on terrible form.
They have,
so that's you can't shy away from the fact that they're not the best travellers in Europe. Yes, they are the current champions of Europe. Does that add some more pressure? Probably, yeah.
Yes, I'd say so.
But everyone says it's really hard to defend a European title. I don't think Liverpool fans really expect them to defend the European title this year because it's so difficult.
But I think in the sense of things, if you compare Liverpool's group last year when they had PSG and Napoli, I think it's surprising to see that it's this year that they've struggled more than last year. They're in a position now where last year they were already through anyway, so they got out of the group.
I thought it went down to the last game and Salah scored against Napoli and Alisson Becker made that incredible save. They won 1-0 at Anfield to go through on the final day. I'm pretty sure, because I remember Milik had like that was 2018. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they secured it on the final day. Yeah.
Oh wow.
They beat Napoli 1-0. Salah scored, and then in the last minute, Becker
made that save against Insigne, didn't he?
Milik.
Yeah. Oh, it was Insigne. I'm thinking of another save. I think.
But he pokes it towards and thinking he just made himself big. It was a great save.
But like in the respect of things, I think when you look on paper, this year's a much easier group. I think when it was drawn, I think people went, well, the top two are clear, and the other two, Salzburg will probably make it to the Europa. But Salzburg they've been a credit to themselves. Salzburg, in my opinion,
Look at that!
Wow! I mean, we've just got they're just coming out now onto the field.
They've got bloody like warning lights in the tunnel.
I think of it as it's kind of like, to be honest, it's a knockout game, isn't it? This.
Oh yeah.
This really is a knockout game because, as I said, it's not just this game that's going on at the same time. We'll keep you updated because Napoli are playing Genk. They're both in Group E. It's an all-out match for the three sides. If Liverpool win, but the group will stay as it is.
Just look at that stadium.
Wow,
look at
that is absolutely incredible. I'll tell you what, I'll turn it up very slightly. I can't do it too much because of copyright.
Does that say "We are not Barca" or someone else? I love it.
That is
I
incredible.
Absolutely love it.
We
are not Barca or Real.
Got to have a moment for the Champions League anthem. I mean, the atmosphere, to describe it to you, looks absolutely incredible. It's beautiful.
Honestly, goosebumps when that sound goes off.
I mean, the best way to describe it is the Salzburg fans. They've all got silver and blue, kind of like metallic flags.
Yeah, and it seems to be shaping up a lot of diamonds in the
Yeah.
And then on the one side of the pitch, I can't read the whole banner, but it says, "We are not Barca or Real," but something else, and I really do want to read it.
I mean, Haaland looks totally up for it. He looks seriously up for this game. I mean, it's scary to think that he's 6'4". He's got electric pace. He's an incredible finisher. And I think Liverpool, to be honest, should be worried tonight.
He has a really cheap release clause.
Yes, he does indeed, which Juventus are one of the teams that are eyeing him up.
Man United are as well.
Rowan is asking us for our predictions.
I want to read that. I want to read that sign, but I can't. I'm sorry for knocking the mic. I'm going to go with... do you know what? Let's have a fun game. 3-3. Let's have a really fun game.
Which in the context of things would mean Liverpool will go through a Napoli either way. I mean, I think there's going to be goals in this. I think sod it, another 4-3. Why not? Let's have some goals.
To who, though?
I think
To who?
I'm
trying to fix this mic.
Do you know what the worrying thing is, right?
Go on.
On paper, people will just go, Liverpool will win.
Well, yeah. Because that's what you'd expect.
There's just something about this Salzburg side that I feel they're not. I don't think they're going to win. I think Liverpool would win 4-3. But it seriously wouldn't surprise me tonight if Salzburg came out with a win. It seriously wouldn't surprise me.
No, I think it's going to be a lot tighter as well than people think. I'd be very surprised if Liverpool do run away with it. But, again, are we looking too much into the heart and soul of how well Salzburg have performed?
Well,
because if we look at squad v squad, this Liverpool team could dispatch this team 4-0. If we look squad v squad.
Yeah, that's fair. But when I look at the game in general, I think to myself, well, Salzburg have to go and win this game, no matter what. They have to go and win it. If they get a draw, it's not enough. If they've got to go win. So in my opinion, this side will be really up for this match. For Liverpool, it's a case of just drawing you through.
Yeah.
So do Liverpool sit back and let Salzburg hit them? Which would be a stupid idea in my opinion.
I just think Liverpool are crap when they sit back.
That's
not
the
the
issue.
style of play. Do you remember when, like the last couple of seasons? Well, they still concede goals now, but remember when they used to be worse when defending leads and like really camping back in their own half.
Exactly, and the thing is, they could do that, but Salzburg will just constantly hit them. But then the problem is you've got to look at as well is if Liverpool do go for their usual tactic and go and press and attack. Is that going to cause problems for their defence to open up wide and let Salzburg through?
Well,
it's a tricky game.
It is. Oh, Haaland's through.
Which has just kicked off in the first couple of moments.
Van Dijk makes it back.
It's a very, very good start.
Should have been Ballon d'Or winner Van Dijk, but it's all right. We won't get into it.
Can I get a timer up?
Oh, what do you mean minutes in terms of?
Yeah.
We could see just to give people like a. I'll tell you
Clyde
what.
Tilsley's commentating on the.
I think
on the stream that we're watching.
I think Jesse Marsh will be a wanted man.
Oh
very soon.
I was watching the video. I don't know whether you've seen the video or not. It was actually the last time these two played, and they were 3-0.
Oh,
3-1. Oh, first chance
in
here for
behind
Salzburg.
Chan, Van Dijk again, monumental.
Got to say, I know it's only 1 minute in, but Salzburg looked pretty dangerous there to go in on goal and at least have a chance.
They're trying to through ball it in behind to Chan and Haaland, and I tell you what, if they do that against Not Van Dijk, if they go for that against Rotherham. Lovren. Yeah, they batter Rotherham. Lovren. Then I think they'll find joy tonight in between Lovren and Trent. Are you trying to find a timer?
Yeah, I'm just.
We don't want to count down, we want to count up. Junuzovic whips in the corner. I know Clive's telling you, but I'm telling you as well.
I'll turn it down very slightly because my worry is...
the copyright.
Yeah.
Junuzovic plays it back. It seems to be a lot of pressure from this. I'm not pronouncing that bloody name.
Soboslai.
Yeah, that's it. We smashed it. We're great at this. I know we all take the mick out of Merce on Soccer Saturday, but some of these names, I swear to God. Soboslai. Sorry. Alisson has just kicked the ball into Josh's head from my view here.
It's all right. We'll leave the time.
Oh, it's come
I think
out.
We've got it fine. Good chance there for... Well, another chance for Salzburg, to be fair. 2.5 minutes in. The worries on the table here. That was Owempu who went through on goal there. Had a really good chance. He's the midfielder for the team. I know it's only 3 minutes in, but it's a worrying start here for Liverpool just because of how electric the start for Salzburg is here.
Well, this is where they came into this game and they've gone for the throat straight away.
Exactly.
Like we saw in Monday Night Football last night for the people that watched it, West Ham and Arsenal got off to a really slow start. Both timid, both seem to be cowering.
Yeah, and that's the thing with a game like... Oh, wow. By the way, Napoli have already gone 1-0 up. Arkadiusz Milik has scored the first goal in the game against Liverpool versus Genk.
So Wijnaldum's got space. He's messed
things, Red Bull now need to go and win this game to have any chance of going through. I mean, Napoli have already had 2 shots, 1 on target, with the one being the goal from the Polish striker.
Genk have put a really poor, they've been poor this group stage. Genk, I don't think.
Yeah, they haven't won a single game in their group.
Yeah, they've not been good.
Is pretty disappointed on their respect. But I mean, I'm looking at the Napoli side out tonight. They've gone really strong, which is what you'd expect. Zielinski's playing on the wing, which is an interesting choice. But it's working for them so far, because I said they are 1-0 up.
I wouldn't be surprised if they dropped to a 3 in midfield and put Calais on a bit more advanced in like a 3 midfielder, like 4-3-1-2, kind of change it in game maybe.
Yeah.
Because I don't see Zielinski as a winger, but he did score a cracker on the weekend.
He did indeed, which, as I said, Napoli are on I think it's 9 games now they haven't won in.
Salah,
so the pressure is
Salah's
on.
through.
Salah's through.
Oh,
Ooh.
good save by Stankovic.
Fantastic save, that.
It was on Salah's weaker right foot, but I tell you what, it looks like Lanzini.
Oh, he actually does as well. Jesus, he looks like he really does look like Lanzini, the Red Bull Salzburg goalkeeper Stankovic. But it was a great chance there. 4 minutes into the game, Salah with a chance for on goal. To be honest, straight at the keeper in a sense, but he still needed to get a fingertip to it to make sure it would go out. He's just gone for a corner.
Salah on his right foot is never as good as Salah on his left foot.
No,
that's fair to say.
It's whipped in by Trent Alexander-Arnold,
it's
which is
cleared quite easily.
cleared.
But is the room on the break maybe, because they are quite pacey when they get forward, our Salzburg. But
well, to be fair, we
not
said it was being cleared,
he's
but
giving
that's
it away.
a poor mistake there. Naby Keita. Oh, Jesus.
Back post.
Back post.
Trent. Oh, that's poor.
That was
It's poor
close.
from Trent. I tell you what. Oh, it's still in.
It's still in by Mane.
I wouldn't be surprised if this was offside though, because
He's still onside. That was, I don't know how that stayed in play there, but
But
unlucky there.
I think it was Minamino there giving the ball away. He was backed into a corner by Van Dijk in back right-hand side, and he just aimless ball into the middle trying to clear the ball, and it went straight to, I think it was Wijnaldum.
It was indeed. It went to Wijnaldum.
And then he found Mane, who couldn't find the bottom corner.
Well, it was a decent little chance there for Liverpool to open the scoring. I think in the context of things, whoever scores first is really going to kind of open this game.
I keep whacking this bloody mic.
That was close from Alisson there. It was a bit risky. We know what he's like with his goal kicks. He likes a risk, not as much as what Ederson likes in terms of risks of coming out and playing the ball, but he was running it a little bit dangerously there because Haaland was closing up on him. I mean, Haaland is an incredible striker. He's an absolute incredible striker. His goal-scoring rate is unbelievable in the Champions League so far. In fact, stats-wise, Haaland is the second top scorer with 8 goals in the Champions League. First top goal scorer is Robert Lewandowski. But they have had a couple of chances so far in this first 6 minutes. Salzburg did have 2 moments where they could have gone through on goal and scored within about the first minute and a half, didn't they, really?
Yeah.
But Liverpool are just starting to get a feeler into this game. For those of you that are interested in the other group match, as I said before, Napoli are 1-0 up to Genk, courtesy of a goal from Arc Diouz.
It's great work by Hwang Hee-chan.
Oh,
Minamino on the rebound.
Wow.
Oh my God! It's pinball. It's pinball in the
Really
box.
pinball football there. I don't know how Minamino's not scored.
Great interlink between Hwang Hee-chan and Minamino. There was a back heel in there as well.
Minamino's disappointed.
Hwang Hee-chan then cutting, I think it was, or was it Minamino on his
Well,
left
there
foot?
we go. So we see the chance now. So
That's Chan.
that's Hwang Hee-chan. He passes it into Minamino.
Hwang Hee-chan cuts in on his left.
Cuts in.
Good
Takes
save.
the shot. Good save from Alisson.
Good double save.
Minamino then tries another shot.
Oh, it's a great double save.
That's
I
a
think.
really good save. Yeah, Minamino comes up on the follow-up.
it is a double
Wow,
save.
that's an incredible save.
Well, they needed him last year against Napoli, and they've got him this year against Salzburg as well.
That was incredible save.
They don't want to be relying too much on him.
Really good save, that.
Mo Salah's goal late in the first half and Alisson's save late in the second half.
Here come Liverpool now. Sadio Mane takes a shot from far out. Oh, he's just wide of the goal. Great chance there from Sadio Mane, just from outside of the box. He looks to curl it into the top right-hand corner. He takes a touch, goes for goal. To be honest, I think if that was a little bit more precise, Stankovic would have been beaten in his own net there.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But
Really good chance there from Sadio Mane. Really, really close there. In terms of the goal from Napoli, Napoli take the lead. It's an incredibly unfortunate start for 17-year-old goalkeeper Van der Voort, who's the youngest goalkeeper in the Champions League. He takes a heavy touch from a back pass before divering and allowing Milik to speed in and rob him of possession before slotting into an empty net. So, to be honest, sounds like that goal was pretty poor.
Defensive frailties for Genk.
17-year-old goalkeeper. The youngest goalkeeper to play in the Champions League.
Yes, I've heard about him. He started the last couple games, but it's nerves on a big night.
Very similar, I think, to the goalkeeper that played. Was it for
Benfica
Miles
United.
Svilar?
Yeah, Svilar. Yeah.
Very risky, I think. Especially, well, they're out anyway, but
yeah.
it's a massive night for a youngster.
Well,
in the sense
that's
of
why
things.
they went and got Vlachodimos, because you can't rely on these young goalkeepers when they've had nights like that. You see it, well, it even happens.
Vlachodimos. I thought he was. Oh yeah, I know what you mean. The Greek goalkeeper. Good little player. In terms of what's going on here at Salzburg, Liverpool, I think Salzburg.
Oh.
Well, to be honest, I was going to say I think Salzburg look more of the dangerous teams, but to be honest, I think both sides look pretty even. It's a really, really open game, considering 10 minutes in. It looks like both sides need to win it, in a sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's very end-to-end.
Which is what you want from a game. Certainly what you want from a game. But it's being held in the middle of the field here.
It seems to be, I don't know if this is maybe a legitimate thing or they just can't find spaces, but it seems to be like the tempo has slowed in the last minute or so. Just to kind of give everyone a kind of breather, because, and I say that, and Van Dijk has absolutely...
Good work there from Van Dijk.
Shrugged. Should have been Ballon d'Or winner, Van Dijk. I'm not going to...
Here comes Naby Keita. Passes the ball into Henderson, who moves it left of field.
I'll tell you what, do you think we're the new Lee Dixon and Derek Ray?
Hi, I'm Derek Ray. Here comes Mane, who's absolutely blitzing it down the left wing. He takes on the defender Christensen, but it goes out of play for a goal kick. Good little chance there. Really, really good ball.
That's unbelievable.
We're just looking at the opportunity there for Hwang Hee-chan to go through on goal for Salzburg. He was not getting past Van Dijk.
No, it's he bounced off Van Dijk. Literally, I mean, good effort from the man, but he's never going to make it there.
No. I mean, he's... we know what Van Dijk's like. He's got too much strength, too much power to his game. He's too strong for most attackers. Let's be real. And Salzburg here have a throw-in.
Deep in their own half,
which is a pass to... that was a bit of a weird one. Naby Keita gets the ball back. It was pretty weird throw-in there. Sadio Mane tries getting the ball back to Naby Keita. Keita passes it back to Mane. He's taken down, which the referee comes back for a free kick. Owempu's not really happy with that, but at the end of the day, when you look at that tackle there, yeah, he
just kicked him.
He just kicks him. He doesn't really get anything on the ball.
No.
But play continues. Here's Andy Robertson. Naby Keita. Back to Robertson, who moves it into the path of Dejan Lovren.
Tell you what, the other night against Everton, Salzburg need to close down them defenders in terms of Van Dijk.
Long ball.
Yeah, because some of the passes from Robertson and Alexander Arnold, Lovren even with that ball. What a pinpoint ball that was.
You look in the last two games, they've scored 8 goals.
Yeah.
And just think of how many goals were scored against Everton from the 5 that they did get. That were long balls.
Robertson's on the overlap.
Here comes Mane. Robertson into the box. He crosses it in. It's a good
clearance,
defensive clearance away from Wobber. You were correct on that one. Wobber, what a name. But as I said in the other game, it's still Genk 1. Still Napoli 1, Genk 0. I mean, Genk would love it if they were 1-0 up, but that's probably not going to happen.
No.
In the context of things, for those that don't know, Red Bull Salzburg, if they are to want to get through, they've got to win this game. They have got an inferior goal difference to Liverpool, which is crazy to think about it. Red Bull Salzburg, they've got a goal difference of 5. Liverpool have got 3.
Well,
which is quite interesting.
I think you meant superior rather than inferior then.
Well, yeah, but
it's all right. I tell you what, we could not talk today, me and you.
I don't think we ever can talk, to be honest.
Good point. If you watch Last Peaks podcast,
There we go. There's proof.
Oh my god, the amount of mistakes we had last week.
We love a mistake on here. Let's be real. We love a mistake.
The joys of live stream. I tell you what, if we had a good editor, we could edit all this out.
Well, to be fair, it'd be about a 5-minute podcast. But the ball is in the Liverpool defensive half of play. Here's Lovren, who passes it back to his goalkeeper, Alisson. Liverpool are just looking to slow things down after the eccentric first 13 minutes of play from either side. They've both had a couple of decent chances on goal. Mane nearly scored. Haaland had the odd chance or two, but so far it is still 0-0 in this match. But, of course, Red Bull Salzburg are going to be the one side that are going to need to ramp up the pressure if they have hopes of going through to the knockout stages. Of course, they are guaranteed either way to go through to the knockout stages of the Europa League, which I guess in the context of things for Salzburg still wouldn't be too bad.
No, they're back in the competition where they had such success in even last season, and I think, I don't want to say it's their level because I think they've proven that they deserve to be in the Champions League, but for example, if they do get through by some magical way tonight, I don't see them doing what Ajax did last year.
I think no, I don't see that. But if they came up against like a Leon or a Benfica, depending on who gets through, they might have quite a decent chance.
I think they'd be able to beat Chelsea. Bit of miscommunication there between Lovren and Alisson. Lovren wanted Alisson to come for it, and he never did. So he was rushed into a clearance, which he's put into the touchline just to his right-hand side. So this is Salzburg now, kind of setting up camp for this throw-in.
Yeah, I think they're going for a long throw in here. The captain is going to be taking the thrower.
Is it Wobber? Wobber's back again.
I mean, as you can see on our screen. On our screen we can see Haaland. He's so scary. You know, when I look at Haaland, I think he really is.
He's got everything you want in a striker.
I'm not saying this outrageously, but he's a Zlatan Ibrahimovic model type of player.
Faster.
Height, he's faster. He's tall. He looks scary, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but just the fact is I wouldn't, as a defender, like to be coming up against him. I mean, Van Dijk, in this situation, isn't at this stage scared to come up against anyone, but I think in terms of other defenders...
It's a good matchup.
Oh, 100%, because, I mean, they're very similar in height, so it'd be interesting to see how Haaland does, but it's scary because he's effective from anything. He's effective from a set piece because of how tall he is. He's effective at running through on goal from a through ball because he's got the pace to do it. He's
good at holding it up and bringing Minamino and Chan into play as well.
Exactly, and I think the good thing about Salzburg over the last couple of years is they are very similar in style. They are the Austrian Ajax, to put it in a nice way.
Yeah.
They get young players that are unknown through their youth system and their talent academy that they have. They bring them in, feed them into the club, give them time to develop as a player, and then when the big clubs do come calling, they tend to let them go. But they bring in other players anyway. So
that's where their investments goes from the big signings. They don't make big signings themselves.
No.
For example, when Atletico sell Griezmann, they go buy João Felix, whereas in Salzburg, they let go of, for example, when they let go of Naby Keita, it probably wasn't as much as he'd go for now, but they'd reinvest that into scouting younger stars that no one really has ever heard of. Because before this, not many people had ever heard of Haaland, Minamino, or Hwang Hee-chan.
But then when you look at it in the sense of a couple of years ago, they had Marcel Sabitzer, who is now obviously Red Bull Leipzig, Naby Keita, Liverpool, Sadio Mane, Liverpool. So they have certainly made a couple of big players over the last couple of years, and it's scary to think that even now they're developing incredible players. Haaland is a future star. He's a massive future star, and you can see there's lots of clubs worldwide eyeing him up, considering his parent no release clause.
I was about to say my only worry is that with these young stars, they keep putting in low release clauses, they're missing out on a lot of money because a lot of people are paying more than 20 million for Haaland.
Yeah, easy. I think there's a lot of clubs out there that would pay big bucks for him. I mean, it's without a doubt that he does look like the model of player. As I said, very similar Zlatan Ibrahimovic in height and size-wise. That I think he could go anywhere and dominate just because of the model of player he is. He's not a target man like a Llorente or a Giroud, where they just are good at shooting and they're good at heading, and that's it. They haven't got the pace or the trickery. He's got a little bit of everything, and that's what makes him scary, because Zlatan has back in his prime, and to be fair, even now to a certain extent, had that about him. He had a little bit of pace. He had a little bit of trickery to him. And I think when people do say, well, he's similar in mould to Zlatan, I think it's scary to think at the age he is now, what's he going to be like in 5 years' time?
It's interesting. By the way, Mwepo's giving away another foul here. I think one more and he's in the book. Yeah, because he's niggling away at people, and it's aggressive, but
it's a good ball in from Robertson.
It's reached no one.
Wasn't going to reach Sadio Mane there, who's going for goal, but there's a good chance here for Salzburg to counter-attack.
Yeah,
here comes Wang Yi-chan, who hits a long ball into the path of Haaland. Alisson is out of his goal, but he comfortably heads it for a throw-in.
This might be there. Tried to catch Liverpool sleeping with a fast throw, but it's gone the other way.
I think there's one thing you can't do is catch Liverpool sleeping, especially when Liverpool caught Barcelona sleeping.
I don't know what you're talking about. Divock
Origi. I mean, here's a chance for Salzburg to go through again. I do think Liverpool they don't look shaky, but it looks like if Salzburg can cut them open.
Yeah, it's a very evenly matched game.
Very evenly matched.
It's not been for example, I think if you were a Liverpool fan and you didn't know much about Salzburg coming in, you'd hope it would be a landslide victory.
Oh, yeah, but
it never is it?
Oh, no. No, I think, to be fair, apart from whenever you play Genk, it's never an easy game of football in this group. Poor Genk have been battered, but when I look at their game...
Mane skips past the fullback.
Good chance. Great save there from Stankovic. There's a good chance for Naby Keita to hit from the shot from Mane. Alexander-Arnold hits on the volley. It just goes wide of the goal. It's a good chance there for Liverpool.
Sustained pressure there from Liverpool and multiple chances. It fell to Mane first.
Mane, it was a good chance there.
There wasn't many options in the box for him, to be honest, so he kind of had to shoot. Stankovic with I think a fairly comfortable save, but it's one you should make as a keeper.
I think, as you can see there, when Mane cuts in, he tries curling the shot, which there is a little bit of a deflection from the defender. Yeah, and I mean, Klopp's quite happy so far.
Too close to the keeper.
At the end of the day, they do go through with a point. In the Napoli-Genk game, there's been quite a couple of chances going on in that match. I mean, there's been 9 shots already in 20 minutes, and apparently Genk have missed a massive chance to go through on goal and get it level. They're saying Genk wasted a huge chance. Ito jinks inside from the right and sneaks past a few challengers before slipping on Achu in behind, where the striker takes a poor touch before poking his shot into the side netting from 6 yards out. So it should really be 1-1 in the Napoli-Genk game, which would have certainly made things a little bit more interesting. Because, as of right now, in the context of things, Napoli do top the group. That's weird. Why have we got sound? I think there's an advert.
We got adverts there. Love it.
That was weird. I think it was actually on there. It's not on there. It's actually on the stream. That's weird. Because we're watching a stream of the game, but I don't know why. They've just played the Champions League anthem.
You can never have too much of it.
Yeah, you never can have too much of it. I think it's always the lovely thing about the Champions League is the anthem. When you sit there at the start and you wait in anticipation for the game, and when you start hearing the anthem, that's when things do get a little bit more exciting. And when you know your team's standing out and you've got the crowd roaring you on.
I'd reset that. Just to give it a go, because I don't want to have the Champions League anthem again in my...
well, you're not. That's what I'm saying. It was the stream itself.
Oh.
It was the. It wasn't this. It was
right. Okay.
I don't know whether it was the actual stadium that played it on accident or whether it was.
Oh, that'd be great.
Which would be quite funny if they played it on accident.
That'd be great.
Do you think that was maybe just to give the players a reminder that they're still in this competition?
I was going to say, I feel like if you want to go through, if you want to hear this anthem again, win the game.
Yeah, I mean, Salzburg just had a little chance to go through on goal there, but Alisson went to go and make a save, but he didn't have to make the save because it came off the block of Lovren there.
Lovren's been more impressive than I expected recently, to be honest. I think he gets a lot of slack.
Oh yeah, I think.
And
at the end of the day, he does get a lot of slack in comparison to.
I don't want to say rightly so, but
no.
He was. People forget how good he was at Southampton.
he was really good at Southampton. I mean, even when he was at Lyon, back in the day, he was really good at Lyon. And you don't get to a World Cup and Champions League final in the same year for nothing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you don't also claim that you're the best in the world.
Well, no, but I guess at the end of the day, as a footballer, you've got to have that ego. You've got to have that ego that you're the best in the world.
I mean, it depends who you are,
position.
though. For example, like I see Zlatan Ibrahimovic, I understand his ego because he's been at the top of the game for so long.
Yeah, he's allowed that ego.
Yeah, he's earned that ego, should we say, more than anything. But then I don't think Lovren's quite earned that ego. He scored some big goals on European football, though, for Liverpool, to be fair.
The infamous goal against Dortmund.
That's the one that springs to mind, aye.
I think that's the one we all we remember Lovren for. There's a spell here of Salzburg possession that they're just holding the ball in their defence right now. I mean, the stream that we've got on is getting fairly annoying.
It's going really well. I tell you.
We love it. We love it round here.
We love it. We're trying our best.
Love it.
We are trying our best here. I tell you
of
what.
Course,
I told you it's Sky Sports News on a budget.
It is indeed, but we do have our stream on Wednesday for the Top Corner podcast.
Yes.
I mean, Haaland's just had another chance for on goal there.
I think that's a repeat of the one before. It's a replay.
There we go.
It's a replay of the one before. Josh, you are commentating on
I
a
couldn't
replay.
tell. I'm trying to get your stream up. If you've got a problem, go watch your Hull. God.
We are at 7:45.
Well, no, we're not now. We're not watching it. That's it.
This is it. To be honest, if
working hard to try and get a stream up.
What do you mean? We've got BT subscriptions here.
We have indeed. We have got a BT subscription, but our BT subscription keeps crashing. We love to see it. God, we pay our money for BT, honestly, and it just keeps crashing. It's abysmal. But Salzburg here have got the ball. They're hitting it long here for Haaland, but actually they're hitting it there for Hwang Hee-chan, but it's quite clearly offside. I think it's safe to say.
I don't know. He's been stuck in an offside position for 5 minutes from what I can see.
Jesus,
yeah. I tell you what,
she's going really well, isn't it?
I was going to say, if we just talk long enough, that people will believe that we're still watching the game. It's a great pass and another pass and another pass.
I mean, Salzburg are just taking the time here with the ball. I think they don't have to sit there and rush anything.
No, but
they've got plenty of time.
They do need to remember they've got to win the game, though. That's the only problem when you're chasing games, is you're always on the back foot. That's the problem.
I mean, Kieran's walked in and said, Hwang Hee-chan, Hwang Hee-chan. We do love Hwang Hee-chan around here. But we are 25 minutes into this match. Of course, we are going to be a little bit behind. Just to give you an update, Napoli are now 2-0 up. They've just scored just a moment ago. I don't know who scored yet because it's not been officially confirmed. But Napoli are 2 to the good, which basically, in the sense of things, means, to be honest, Red Bull Salzburg are going to be going down to the Europa League unless anything drastically changes over the next kind of hour in the Napoli match, which I can't see them. It's actually Arkadiusz Milik who scored again, his second goal. He's on for the hat-trick 26 minutes into the game against Genk.
Yeah, I mean...
And it'll be Napoli's first win as well in quite a while. In fact, to give you an idea of when Napoli last got a victory in a game, it was against Red Bull Salzburg on the 23rd of October.
So I'm watching a replay of that Haaland chance, which we've commentated on, I think, 5 times now.
We love Haaland.
He took a shot, and it was saved. But I tell you what, sadly, I hope Salzburg don't find out the result of the other game, so they keep fighting to try and make it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think the worst thing to do is to look at the score and then realise that Napoli are winning, and basically, unless Genk can somehow score 3 goals, which they've only scored 5 throughout the 6 games, so it's pretty unlikely they're going to do that. But in the sense of things, as you said, it's probably better if they didn't know what the score was, so they could just keep playing as if they were going for the win.
That's my hope.
But then at the same time, you could look at it as then it's going to be a bit pointless for them to think that way, because if they went in at half-time and no Napoli have won, well, are winning more than anything, then...
To be fair, I think the crowd will be all Do you know, with the headsets on?
Oh yeah, they'll know what's happening. But in terms of the goal for Napoli, as I said, it is Napoli 2, Genk 0. Di Lorenzo latched onto a ball from Ruiz. He apparently superbly clipped a pass over the top before drilling a low cross into the 6-yard box, where it's met by Milik ahead of Dawaist, which is a very weird name, I think, Dawaist, who proceeds to knock the ball firmly into the bottom corner from close range. So Arkadiusz Milik has scored 2 for Napoli.
I'll tell you what, Fabian Ruiz for Napoli is going to be some player.
Oh,
he's going to be quality.
100%. I mean, Lozano's not even playing. It's a good chance
Salzburg,
here.
great tackle by Robbo.
Massive tackle.
I'll tell you what, he was born in
Really
Scotland,
good
but he was
chance
made
there.
in Hull.
Minamino nearly just got himself through on goal.
I'll tell you what, we learn stuff like that in Hull City, we do. That's why he's so good.
Ex-Hull City player, of course.
We taught him that.
29 minutes into this one.
What do you think about this recent stuff about Bobby Firmino?
Oh, the tweet about how...
Oh, wait, we will talk about it, but Salah...
Good chance for Salah! Oh, is
he's-
that a block? Or is that,
no, he's
that's
fluffed
terrible.
it.
That was a bad shot. I thought that was a block.
No, he's
Wow.
absolutely rolled it. He's fluffed his lines.
The chance that they've just had on goal...
Naby
Keita going for on goal, it would be a chance that you'd usually expect Salah to be scoring 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, he broke through the middle and he was crowded out by both centre-backs.
Naby Keita cuts into the middle of the box.
Oh,
He's got a chance to curl it on goal, but I honestly don't know what happened there.
I don't know if he's going for the near post, maybe to give the keeper the eyes.
I'd assume so.
But I don't know if he gave the ball boy behind the thing the eyes because he just passed it to him instead, which was bizarre. I don't know, because you don't expect that from Salah.
No, as I said, it really was one of those chances there where 9 times out of 10, it'd be going in the back
By
of
the
the
way,
net.
that's on off, by the way, mate. It's on off. Just click on. There you
Did you
go.
turn it off?
I did.
Oh, wait, turn it off.
Because when the Champions League thing came on, I didn't want any other adverts, if there were adverts to come on.
That's fair.
I was going to say...
It'd be alright having our channel taken down because of it.
I was about to say... If I hear any more bloody election of things on, get them off. I'm not having that.
Oh yeah, it's all general election, isn't it?
Not on my bloody live
well,
stream.
at least the stream we're watching doesn't have that stuff on.
No.
But it is a BT stream. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. But here comes Liverpool on the attack. We're just about to hit the 30-minute mark. It was a good little ball. Well, it was an all right little ball there, through ball, but it doesn't reach any of the front three. Stankovic with a quite tough pass out. I mean, it's clear to see here that Salzburg are going for the long ball approach into the path of Haaland.
Are you underwhelmed by this first half in terms of we expected goals, so we've not had the quality we expected from the game? I've got to admit, I don't think we've had the quality I expected. I think the game's been end to end and it has been exciting, but I've not had the quality I expected.
No, I think it's we expected goals, but as I said, for Liverpool, they've only got to draw to go through anyway. But when you think about it, is the score at Napoli now going to spur Liverpool on to go win? Because Liverpool are second in their group now. Napoli go first on 12 points. So will they go in at half-time and Jurgen Klopp go, right, Napoli's 2-0 up, we need to go and win this group? Because at the end of the day, coming second is always much worse than coming... Well, it's not always much worse, because sometimes you can get a lower side, a lower tier team, but I would say that it might mean Liverpool come out even more than Salzburg do.
But then again, they finished second last year and they made it all the way through to the final, so maybe that's the...
Which is very, very true. I mean, when we look at the other clubs, I'll get the Champions League table up now just to give us a rough estimate of where everyone is and where they're going to finish. So the group between PSG and Real Madrid, of course, one of those teams are going to finish second, which is Real Madrid. So if you come first, you've still got the opportunity to play Real Madrid. In the Bayern-Tottenham group, Bayern and Tottenham are both through. Tottenham are finishing second. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, you would have been looking at that.
Oh, wait. What if Tottenham beat Bayern?
Still doesn't matter, because Bayern have got 5 points ahead.
Oh, I can't see from here.
It's all right.
Sorry,
Just see if I can turn it for you.
I'll be honest, with my eyes, that said 15 each.
There you go. Can you see it a little bit better?
I have got it. There we go.
So the City Shakhtar group, that's a really, really interesting group, I'm not going to lie, because Atalanta, who are bottom of the group, can still theoretically go through after their win.
Their game against Man City has somehow spurred them on to having a chance in this group. It's
unbelievable if they get through.
If they'd have beat them because they had Kyle Walker in goal, if they could have managed to nick a win there, they'd be right up there. Whereas when we were 3 games in, I've got to admit myself, I thought Atalanta are out. I mean, I expected a lot of Atalanta. There's a free kick, just a dangerous one on the edge of the box here that I've just seen out the corner of my eye for Liverpool. We'll get back to the groups in a minute.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here with the Liverpool free kick.
But if Liverpool do come second, they can face Man City, can't they? Because I was going to say, I don't know when the nation... Because I know you can't...
Actually,
I was going to say, I don't know when it comes into play. Is it the quarters?
I don't know, actually.
I can't remember because...
I can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, I can't remember because I know they have the... Like in the groups, you can't play someone from the same nation, and then it gets like the quarters, and they kind of go, well, we can't stop them facing each other anymore.
To put it nicely, with the way the free kick's been given, Salah's been absolutely manhandled by Woble there. Absolutely manhandled. It is a very dangerous position. There's 3 players eyeing this up. One of them is Salah. Who else is eyeing this up? Trent Alexander-Arnold and Henderson. So it'll be interesting to see who takes this
I put my money on one of them not taking it, and it's Henderson.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't say. I think this is a perfect angle for Alexander-Arnold to take it.
I'm going to move around. Because he scored a few in... was it qualifying he scored a few in, or he scored a few Champions League goals?
I can't remember off the top of my head. I think it was qualifying. But here we go anyway. 33 minutes in. Salah takes it, but it's miles wide of the goal.
I'll tell you what, Haaland has just celebrated that miss like it was a goal. Fist pumped me.
He was absolutely celebrating that one. But in terms of the other groups, as we were talking about, Juventus, Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid still aren't theoretically through.
No, who do they face on the final day? Because they're back-to-back.
Quite funnily enough, they face Lokomotiv Moscow, so they probably will get through that one.
But Juventus are definitely through, unbeaten in the group. But they face Bayer Leverkusen, who I thought Bayer Leverkusen had been... They've been poor up until the last 2 games, really.
They never really tend to do great in the Champions League,
which is
you
surprising.
Never really see them get them out of the group.
Surprising because of the squad this year, especially.
You know, when you look at players like Kai Havertz and Leon Bailey, you think to yourself, "Oh, they should get through." The group itself, Group D, obviously had Juventus, Atletico Madrid, Lokomotiv Moscow. When you look at the 2 main sides on paper, Juventus, Atletico Madrid, 9 times out of 10, you'd say that they'd lose. So it's not surprising in that aspect, but they just never really seem to get past the knockout stages.
And I think Atletico are going to beat Lokomotiv, especially at home.
Yeah, I mean, Lokomotiv Moscow did get 1 win, which
over
was
Bayer Leverkusen.
Yeah, it was indeed. I mean, they gave Juventus a good game in that 2-1, but they did beat Bayer Leverkusen, and then there was goals there from
away from home.
Grzegorz Krychowiak, which is a little bit of a throwback.
I can't believe it's away from home.
Barcelona, Inter Milan, Dortmund group. Once again, second place team there is either going to be Inter or Dortmund.
Sadly, Slavia Prague. No more Peter Olyginka.
No, and not even in the Europa League either.
No.
So, like, when I look at it, even Group H, either Valencia or Chelsea are going to finish second. Oh, well, actually, even Ajax... Can they? Ajax are 10 points, Valencia 8.
Ajax can, unless they're facing Lille.
Ajax are facing Valencia.
So yes, they can.
No, they can't. They can
theoretically come third.
Yeah, because Chelsea are playing Lille.
Yeah, they can theoretically come third.
Oh, that's an interesting one. But like the groups, if you come second, we
missed the Leipzig group, but that's a tough group as well because Zenit can still go through and Lyon can still go through and. A major miracle will be needed, but if Benfica win considerably, they can still get second.
Who are they facing? I think it's Zenit tonight. Yes, it is indeed. They're facing them.
If they can beat Zenit by 4,
if they can, if just on the mild chance that they can somehow beat Zenit by 4, they might get through.
You never know.
But the Liverpool game, 36 minutes in, it's still 0-0. In terms of the other game in the group, it's still Napoli 2. Genk 0, both goals in that game coming from Milik, although the goalkeeper is not having the best of games. He's just got a yellow card.
Does that mean there might be a penalty then?
No, I'd have.
They never really get yellow cards, do they?
No, he's very rare. And to be fair, if he's come running out of his goal, he'd probably been sent off as well. But he's not having the best of starts. In fact, it might have been a penalty because Napoli have just gone 3-0.
Yes, I think it might have
I would
been.
assume, surely, you'd give that Milik to get a hat-trick.
Well,
in 38 minutes.
See, I thought this, but I remember when Atalanta they faced Juventus, and they didn't give theirs to Papu Gomez when he's clearly by far and away the best player. But
so it's 100% safe to say now, it really is game over for Red Bull Salzburg. It is indeed Arkadiusz Milik. He's got a hat-trick in 38 minutes. So it's Napoli 3, Genk 0 in the first game of Group E, which is being played at the same time as Salzburg v Liverpool, which as of current is still 0-0 in terms of the stats. Red Bull Salzburg have had 6 shots, 5 on target, and Liverpool have had 7, 2 on target, which when you look at that, Liverpool have got 59% possession, Salzburg have got 41. Salzburg look like they're using their chances more conveniently.
I feel there's been I don't know about you, there's been a lull in the game here now. I've got to admit, we're drifting away talking about other groups, because I'll be honest, there's not been much by way of chances for either team in the last 5-10 minutes.
No, it's compared to the first 15 minutes, it's gone really, really dead, I'd say.
But there is a pass to Haaland here as he drives forward. No.
And a couple of defections mean that ball goes out of play for a Liverpool throw-in.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can get a little bit of context to the Napoli goal in a moment, but it must be good for Arkadiusz Milik to get a hat-trick. It is a penalty, but we can always find out what's happened for that to be given as a penalty.
I'm going to guess the keeper took him out because he's got a yellow card. Or it was him moaning. He could have been moaning.
Exactly. He could have headbutted Milik. He could have.
I doubt he.
There we go. Milik sorts the penalty home. Penalty to Napoli. Callahan races onto a delicate through ball from Ruiz and beats Van der Voort to it before knocking over the goalkeeper, who brings him down. There was a little protest, and the referee just had a simple decision to make, which Milik then slotted the penalty home. He stepped up, completed his hat-trick by rifling an assured spot kick right into the bottom left corner. So it's Napoli 3, Genk 0. Milik will be absolutely buzzing, and I think Napoli will be buzzing in general at the 3-0 up.
Yeah, you can't. It's not very often you go 3-0 up in a Champions League game.
No, and considering Ancelotti's under serious pressure, is this potentially a match that saves his career? I mean,
considering there was rumours on Twitter that they were going to announce Gattuso at half-time as manager.
Something tells me I don't believe it.
No,
it'd be very harsh. I mean, can you imagine that at half-time when you
terrible touch.
Can you imagine that at half-time when you're 3-0 up and they just go, well, Ancelotti's getting sacked, but here's Gattuso, your new manager. I'm pretty sure Ancelotti just storm off the pitch and. I tell you what, just give them 4 goals, innit? Let them win.
You can mute me, Mark, while you eat the Kinder Bueno if you want.
There you go. I'll do that for you. So he's trying to eat his Kinder Bueno. He's getting a little bit hungry. But in context, back to the Salzburg Liverpool game. Salzburg do have a throw-in, which has been taken, and I think it's gone out for a Liverpool throw-in now. Yeah, it's a bit weird. A weird one. Very weird there. But Salzburg 0, Liverpool 0. To be honest, I will agree with what you said earlier, Kieran. I was expecting more goals.
Go on, I'm back. Here we go.
In the match.
Dinner time's over.
I wonder how many Napoli can score here.
The way
they've had 9 shots and quite funnily enough, the 3 on target, the 3 goals.
The way their keeper's playing, he's having an absolute.
He's having a Miles Svila.
That's
how we've got to say things. Oh, he's had a Miles Svila in goal. God.
That's not going to get old.
That's a lovely ball in to Hwang Hee-chan. It goes down.
Oh,
he's gone for the goal. Oh, it was a decent little chance there from Mwepu, who's hit it from about 25 yards out, but it's gone straight into the hands of Alisson. He's kind of hit it on the half. Kind of like the half volley, isn't it?
It's one of them when you see in the commentary rifles. That was a rifle.
Safe to say that Alisson was pretty comfortable to get that ball there. No issues from the Brazilian goalkeeper.
I'll tell you what though, it's a powerful shot. He does well.
It was a really decent shot. The trajectory of the ball.
Milos Vila wouldn't have saved it.
Not Van der Voort in the Genk game either. He'd have probably let that ball go into the back of the net.
Don't know why we're taking them. They're 10 times better than we'd ever be.
Well, he's 17 and he's playing the Champions League, and we're sat here commentating on a match, so I guess he's got the better life than us in general. But there's been a Liverpool play gone down here. Robertson from tackle from Szoboszlai, which I think I'm starting to get the hang of his name now. The number 14. Just having a look at that one. He's on the far left-hand side, and it's a little bit of shirt pulling there. And Robertson falls to the ground, which is it's pretty simple free kick to give up there from the referee. 41 minutes left. Well, 41 minutes. There is 41 minutes left, theoretically speaking. We're 42 minutes into the match. Here's Trent Alexander-Arnold on the ball. They're just playing it around the back, taking their time. Dejan Lovren passes it into Virgil van Dijk, who's been pushed to the far right-hand side of the field. Robertson. That was pretty poor ball there.
Intercepted by Zlatko Junuzovic, I think.
That is indeed Zlatko Junuzovic. That's Nessen into quite a hard one. Onguene, that's his name, into the path of Haaland, who takes a touch. I'm pretty sure that's a good chance into Minamino. Oh, just wide, but I'm pretty sure. Is that offside?
I don't know why he didn't drive with that. I think it was offside.
Yeah, I think that was an offside chance.
I don't know why Haaland didn't drive with that. It can't.
Well, the ball there goes to Junuzovic.
He's on as well.
He's on offside as well, actually. There.
But he doesn't drive with the ball. He waits and he waits and he waits. I don't know if he doesn't back his pace.
He takes that extra touch, doesn't he? That just kind of slows the play down a little bit. He passed it then in the middle of the field to Minamino, who, to be honest, had a bit more space and time than I think he expected. But his shot was of no danger, and it was offside as well, which is a little bit of a speculative decision, I would have to say.
Klopp is going absolutely radio rental.
He's not happy so far, but here's goal kick. Alisson whips this one far up into the path of Bobby Firmino, who doesn't get the ball, but it does reach the feet of Robertson, which passes to... Well, he's actually back with the feet of Robertson, who tries kicking it, and then it goes straight into the path of Junuzovic. Shobashalai. I've got his name now.
I've got to
so
admit,
Robertson's got throwing.
The most entertaining part of this half is our pronunciation of Shobashalai.
Shobashalai. I've got it on lockdown now.
All right.
It's poor ball there.
Haaland is dropping very deep. He seems a bit starved of the ball at the moment. He seems to want to get involved in the game, but when you're facing a team that's knocking it around and you're a striker, if you stay up there, we always just call it the graveyard shift, when you're not getting the ball, but you're up there anyway for when something breaks, whereas Haaland's dropping deep to try and get the ball because he just wants the ball.
Well, that's the worry. I think are Salzburg playing a little bit too deep? Are they not being too proactive in terms of attacking football?
I just don't think they've found the solution.
No,
to the problem.
I think Liverpool, they're working into Liverpool's game plan perfectly. Van Dijk whips the ball in.
Van Dijk did not whip the ball.
Yes, he did. It's cleared away.
It was Trent.
He's into the path of Alisson. It was Van Dijk. Don't listen to him. Here's Van Dijk. He passes it to Van Dijk, which then passes it back to Van Dijk. And then he passes it to goalkeeper Van Dijk in net.
It says all over the pitch today.
He's been really good so far. If we talk about Van Dijk,
early,
he's had a couple of chances where Haaland's gone up against him.
There's a ball on there.
Minamino.
Rushing
needs to be doing better there.
They've not had that cutting edge in the final third that they're known for with this attack force.
No, they've been. Best way to describe it, they've been very slow in terms of the attack.
Oh,
Good
that's
ball.
beautiful.
Fantastic ball.
Oh,
surely.
Keita.
Oh, Naby Keita's got to be doing better there.
He should have squared it, but Stankovic again ends up.
It should be 1-0, to be honest.
Ends up saving it. I don't know why I got lost for words. He ends up saving it.
Great chance there. Salah feeds the ball on the left-hand side. Naby Keita gets a little bit of a tap onto the ball. It's not enough to get it over the goalkeeper, Stankovic, who does get a fingertip towards the ball. But it's a really good chance there for Liverpool to go 1-0 up.
Good
to be honest,
feet by Salah.
Did he need to take that chance straight away?
Yes, I think he did, because Stankovic was only going to keep rushing out at him, and he thought... I think for me, I don't think he had to take the chance. I'd like to have seen if he could have maybe, looked to his left and maybe squared the ball.
Yeah.
Rather than taking it himself. But he's got confidence from the weekend, so why not,
No, it's well, the game's nearly over. There's only 1 minute of added time because there's not been that much action, to be fair. Half-time has occurred in the Napoli-Genk game, which is 3-0, and they've just gone for half-time here. It's Salzburg 0, Liverpool 0, and it's safe to say that the goals we were expecting just haven't arrived.
No,
it's been pretty poor so far in terms of chances on goal. I think both teams have looked a little bit slow in terms of attacking presence. Salzburg have had how many shots? Let's have a look. There we go. Salzburg have had 7 shots, 6 on target. While Liverpool have had 8 shots, 3 on target. Possession-wise, Liverpool have had more of the ball with 47%. And Salzburg have had 43%. It's safe to say I don't think the goals are going to be coming, considering that it's most likely Salzburg are going to go in at half-time and realise that Napoli are 3-0 up.
I don't see... I just haven't seen the quality in this game. I'll be honest with you, I haven't seen any moments of brilliance that we see from in the Premier League. We see from Firmino, Mane, and Salah all the time, and we haven't seen brilliance from Minamino, Hwang Hee-chan, Haaland. There's been runs, there's been great runs, but no real cutting edge when it comes to finishing. Sometimes they're a bit late on releasing the pass.
They've got to go win. Theoretically, they still can get through. They still can because with the points that they're given now for the draw, Liverpool are on 11, Red Bull are on 8. If they win, they can go through because I'm pretty sure it's the goal difference. Does it count goal difference in the Champions League, or is it head to head?
What's the points with the draw?
So right now, if we're including the 1 point for this game as it's a draw, it's 11 for Liverpool, 8 for Red Bull Salzburg. So they can still go through. Yeah, they can because you take the point off.
-1 and add 2.
Yeah, you take one off Liverpool. That's 10. Add 2.
It's 9.
10.
Oh, they're on 8. Sorry, I heard 7. Sorry.
No, they're on 8.
It's my head. My apologies. I heard 7. I tell you,
it's confusing.
What's the goal difference?
Red Bull got 5, Liverpool 3.
Yeah, so
if it goes down goal difference,
I don't. Do you know what would be easier if we came and actually looked at the groups? Because I can't see from this bloody side.
let me see if I can get up the ramifications for the Champions League groups and see what it goes down to in terms of like goal difference and things like that, and see whether it comes down to goal difference in the group.
Yeah, it does. It's
there we go.
Head-to-head. I know it's head-to-head in Bundesliga.
That's what I was wondering. I didn't know whether it was head-to-head or not.
No,
So
I think it's La Liga,
Liverpool 10 points, Napoli 9, Red Bull 7. Oh no, it was 7. There you go. Liverpool advanced with just a draw, while the Reds could still advance with a loss as long as Napoli doesn't beat Genk. So yeah, they'd be out either way, I think. Red Bull Salzburg has to beat Liverpool to have any chance of advancing. Red Bull Salzburg only need 1 goal to win it, as long as the score is 1-0, 2-1 or 3-2. That's because they would be level on head-to-head points, goal differential and goals scored versus Liverpool, because obviously 4-3. That would drop it down to the 4th tiebreaker of away goals head-to-head. Red Bull Salzburg currently has a +3 advantage after scoring 3 times at Anfield in a 4-3 loss earlier in the season. So basically, if the club wins by a goal and doesn't concede 3, it advances and the reigning champs could be heading home. In a crazy scenario, Liverpool will be eliminated if it loses by 1 and doesn't score 3, combined with a Napoli win over Genk. So if Liverpool loses 5-4, the Reds would advance because of a more away goal scored versus Red Bull Salzburg.
If Liverpool lose, they're out.
It's so confusing. It's so confusing. Yeah, basically, as far as I'm aware, Red Bull Salzburg have still got a chance in this to get through. Yeah, that's the issue. I mean, I'm just gonna have a look here and see what Twitter's saying and see whether they.
What Twitter is saying is that the Hull City starting 11 is out.
Yeah, because they kick off in about an hour's time.
We're unchanged from the win at the weekend against Stoke. And fun little fact, Jordi Device is making his 50th Hull City start.
Not
Congratulations, Mr. Device. You are my favourite centre-back.
But yeah, it's crazy. I'll talk about some of the other ramifications for the groups, so you get a bit of an idea of the games that are kicking off later tonight. There's a couple of big matches that are coming a little bit later on tonight, 8 o'clock kickoff. So if I go through the ramifications for the other groups, in Group A, of course, there's nothing to be decided. PSG have won the group, Real Madrid are finishing second. Same with Group B, Bayern Munich have won the group. Tottenham are finishing second. In Group C, Man City have already won the group, while Shakhtar, Dinamo Zagreb and Atalanta are all fighting for second spot. Shakhtar advances with a win over Atalanta. The club can also advance with a draw as long as Dinamo Zagreb don't beat Manchester City. Zagreb can still advance if they beat Manchester City as long as Shakhtar Donetsk don't beat Atalanta. So basically, to put it into nice words, that's probably not going to happen. While Atalanta have got to beat Shakhtar and Zagreb need to lose or draw against City. So basically, Atalanta v Shakhtar is all or nothing.
Yeah, for Atalanta. For both sides.
For both sides.
If they want to go through, yeah.
For Group D, Juventus have won the group, and it's between Atletico Madrid and Bayer Leverkusen, who are fighting for the last spot. Atletico Madrid can advance with a win over Moscow on Wednesday and or a loss or draw by Bayer Leverkusen. Atleti owns the head-to-head tiebreaker over Bayer Leverkusen thanks to away goals, while Leverkusen must beat Juventus and Atletico Madrid must fail to beat Lokomotiv Moscow for the German side to go through. So once again, doubt that's really going to happen, is it?
No,
to be
I
fair?
think it's Juventus and Atletico in that one.
Of course, we talked about Group E, which is the one that's on now. Hopefully, we get a bit more of an interesting second half to come. Group F is the group of Barcelona, Inter and Dortmund. Barca are already through in their group. Inter Milan and Borussia Dortmund are fighting for second place. Inter has the tiebreaker over Dortmund. They beat each other at home to tie on head-to-head points, while Inter has a +1 differential against Dortmund. Inter beat Dortmund 2-0 at home, and Dortmund beat Inter 3-2 at home. So, the context of the group: Inter will advance with a win over Barcelona, while it also advances if it matches Dortmund's result. If they both win, draw or lose, Inter is through, which the important news is Messi hasn't travelled with the Barcelona side for Inter Milan. So, could that work into Inter's favour?
Yes, that's really interesting.
Because it's not like it's an injury, and I don't think their next game it's not El Clasico. I'm pretty sure it's soon El Clasico. I think it was in 8 days' time, but I'm pretty sure they've got another game beforehand. Yeah, they play Real Sociedad on Saturday, but Messi's not travelled with the side, which is
that's
very interesting.
Considering they're already secure and they're already through, that's a very strange decision. Not in terms of that, it's in terms of why wouldn't they let him, unless they weren't really caring about the game.
Are they playing into Inter's hands here, do you think? Bizarrely. I don't mean it in a way that literally giving Inter a win.
I was going to say, I don't think that, but maybe it's one of them. We're already through, so why don't we rest our best player? Because say today they... I know it's different for the Liverpool game, but say Liverpool were already through. They played Mane, Firmino and Salah, and in the first half, Mane and Salah get injured.
Mm-hmm.
Then they've lost them for the game. I understand that. However, I do agree with that it could very well be playing into having a higher chance of beating Barcelona.
And Inter at home as well.
Exactly. And
which
then
makes it even better for them.
Inevitably... not screwing over Dortmund, but Dortmund will feel aggrieved because of the squad selection.
Yeah, because I guess in a way they can look at it and say, well, if only we played Barcelona last. Because if it was the same situation, we wouldn't have to have played Messi.
Exactly.
I mean, they've still got dangerous players on the pitch. They've still got Suarez, Griezmann. So it's not like Messi's a massive loss, but they've still got top quality players that will still give Inter a tough time. But Dortmund, they have to get a better result than Inter to advance. If Dortmund beat Slavia Prague and Inter fails to beat Barcelona, Dortmund go through.
Whatever happens in this group, as we said with Red Bull Salzburg, one of them is going to be favourites for the Europa League as well. I think.
100%.
I think if Inter go down to it, I genuinely think Inter Milan could win the whole thing.
I think Dortmund will go down. If Lucien Favre is still the manager, I don't think they'll win it. If he goes and they bring someone in, I think they'll win it.
Do you not rate Lucien Favre?
I rate him, but I think he's finding himself in a really precarious position. I mean, obviously he's had the problems with Jadon Sancho, which have started leaving a bit of a lingering effect on the England winger.
But they've been incredible. Like, they've been really good recently in terms of like this weekend. They seem to have put. It seemed like a turning point because they dispatched Fortuna Düsseldorf 5-0. So, mate, do you not see it? You see it. You're giving me that look.
I don't see him being there at the end of the season. I think he'll be gone.
I was going to say, you was giving me that look of, I don't agree with you, but I'm not going to interrupt you because I'll let you finish your point.
But I look at it, right, at the end of the day, and I see, obviously, they lost 4-0 to Bayern, which was an abysmal result. They've got the 3-3 draw against Paderborn, which was
poor, very poor.
An abysmal result, which Kieran's just said, Ole is at the wheel. You do know that.
I mean, no reference.
He's not on the wheel of Champions League nights,
that's
though.
What I was about to say.
But they lost to Dortmund they lost to Barca in the last game.
Mm-hmm.
They did beat Hertha Berlin 2-1, but they got a sending off, which was Mats Hummels. And of course, as you said, they beat Fortuna Düsseldorf.
We've just seen the sorry. Oh, that's terrible.
Oh wow, that's abysmal. For
he
the first
tried to do a
goal
Cruyff turn and he just didn't take the ball with him.
And
nicely worked second goal by Milik. And then we'll see the penalty. Great ball over the top. Oh,
wow, he's had an absolute nightmare of a game.
Yeah, Oh, that's terrible.
Oh Jesus! Take him off! He's suffered enough. But Fortuna Düsseldorf are in the relegation zone, so that's a result that's expected to win. I mean, over the Christmas period, they've got to play. Before the Christmas winter break, they've got to play Mainz, Leipzig, and Hoffenheim in the Bundesliga. So
I think they'll beat
Leipzig are in the top three.
I think they'll beat Mainz.
Mainz are 13th in the league.
Yeah, I
on
think they'll beat
15 points.
Mainz.
But they're in third place, which is not bad, but they're already 5 points off the top spot. But obviously Leipzig are running away with things right now. It's Mönchengladbach and Leipzig that are running the show.
I was saying that I can't remember if it was last podcast or podcast before. It seems like it's only 2 teams that want to win the Bundesliga right now. Everyone else seems to be slipping up left, right, and centre. Apart from, but not slipping up enough to be out of the question. That's the interesting thing. They're slipping up, but the only teams that seem to be on consistent basis is Borussia Mönchengladbach and RB Leipzig. Squad for squad, who's more likely to keep it going over longer periods? RB Leipzig, because they've been here before. That year where they came runners-up to Bayern Munich. So they've been here before, but they couldn't get the job done then, so who's to say they can get it done now? But obviously we can't overlook Schalke, who are in 4th. Is that Schalke?
Yeah, Schalke's in 4th, but Freiburg are in 5th. Obviously Schalke are under David Wagner, the ex-Huddersfield manager, who's certainly showing his quality. Rowan says who's going to tell... Kieran put, someone tell Liverpool Thursday nights aren't bad. And then Rowan put, who's going to tell Liverpool? I'd like to know, Kieran.
Me, I'm not going to tell Liverpool. I'm not going to tell Liverpool. I'll remind United about Thursday nights.
Oh, well,
tension's
building.
Well, as a Hull City fan, before you tell me, we actually play on Tuesdays. Not in the same competition, but we play on
still Tuesday nights, theoretically speaking.
So...
But, I think... I don't know, because like the Dortmund stance with Lucien Favre, I don't really know what fans think of him. You don't really hear of many Dortmund fans because they don't really tend to be.
It's one of them
proactive.
It's one of them. When they have an affinity to a manager, you can tell with Klopp, but he's one of them figures. It's happened at Liverpool. Then they got in Thomas Tuchel, and it's hard because to follow Klopp, it's a tough job. As we've seen, for example, we'll bring up Man United again. But when you're following Ferguson, it's not easy to be loved like the manager back then was loved. For example, under Jurgen Klopp at Dortmund, Thomas Tuchel and Lucien Favre aren't them types of characters to get that instantaneous love from the fans. Is he an inspiring figure like Klopp is? I don't think he's that sort of manager. But I do think the quality of him as a coach is there. But is Dortmund too big a step? Because you've got to think that if there's a year where they're going to win it, it's this year. Because no one else bloody wants to.
But look at last year.
True. Yeah, they were clear.
They bottled it.
Yeah, they were clear.
To put it very nicely, Dortmund absolutely bottled it. Rowan's just put, I'd like to see Oldham on Thursday nights. Oh, wait, we've got the leasing trophy. Wait, that's Tuesdays. Might as well give us Champions League.
Leasing.com trophy. Don't forget, it's a website.
We love it. Euro Cup 2, Kieran said.
Euro Cup?
The new one that's coming, the Europa Conference League. When it starts in 2 years' time.
No, let's not talk about that, because, Jesus, that's confusing.
But I think the game is about to get back underway again in a moment's time.
Yeah, they've all got the tinfoil fans out. Tinfoil flags.
Of course. Things are still theoretically open then for the teams.
I mean, it's not all said and done, but I think Liverpool will want to put a better showing for themselves. I think that was an extremely poor first half by their standards, but it was also not as impressive of a Salzburg performance as we expected either.
No Suarez, by the way, for Barcelona tonight either. They're playing a much weaker side. They're playing Neto, Rakitic, Todibo, Longley, Musavag, Griezmann, Carl Zelenya, Arturo Vidal, Umtiti, Junior, and Perez.
Are you telling me they're not throwing it away, but come on?
It's an incredibly weak side compared to what you'd usually expect, but
they've got to be throwing that away.
It's Ricky Puig. A lot of fans are just saying Ricky Puig's not starting, and then saying Valverde out. It's a 3-5-2 they're playing apparently. Barcelona playing it free at the back. It's something you'd never see Barcelona playing free at the back. I've actually just got to check this out. The game is just about to start up again. I just want to make sure here, as I said, we're talking about the Inter-Barcelona game just before this game kicks off. But I'm pretty sure Barcelona are playing free at the back, which is the most bizarre thing you would ever hear. Barcelona playing free at the back.
It's a lot easier to play 3 at the back when you don't have to facilitate Piqué, though, because I don't think Piqué could play in a 3 at the back.
Oh no! Well, maybe it's the middle defender, but it's been being a far defender, he'd have an issue. But the game has kicked off for the second half. It's Salzburg 0, Liverpool 0. We'll keep you up to date, of course, with the other score that's going on, which is Genk. Napoli versus Genk, which is 3-0 to Napoli right now.
I was going to say,
Arkadiusz Milik with a hat-trick so far.
I doubt that game's going to change much.
No, I can't see it unless Genk are going to make an incredible comeback for no reason whatsoever. I'm pretty sure that's going to stay the same, but it's more of a case of how many goals can Napoli score now. I'm just trying to find out though with this. I'll leave that for now. I'll come back to that in a little bit and see whether it is true with Barcelona playing free at the back.
I do think Dortmund will be very aggrieved by that.
Oh, 100%. I mean, Messi not playing and Suarez not playing.
It's a few experienced.
And ter Stegen.
It's a few experienced players and a bunch of under-23s.
Yeah, that's the best way to put it in a nice sense. And that's not being harsh. It's just.
I'm sure they're talented under-23s, but come on.
They are playing 3-4-3. Jesus. Griezmann's playing up top. Junior Firpo and Musa are playing as wide fullbacks. So it's essentially like a 5-2-3, isn't it?
Maybe a 5-4-1 out of possession.
5-4-1, yeah. Wow.
Well, Inter will fancy their chances tonight.
Which Inter are playing a free at the back as well, so. Free at the back, Barcelona. Wow. But 47 minutes into Salzburg versus Liverpool.
There was shouts for a penalty from Salzburg then.
I missed that. I'm not too excited over free at the back.
It's alright. I'm pretty sure they'll go to VAR anyway and kill any excitement.
Out. Salah's in! Oh,
that's poor. That's
poor. Salah should be scoring that. Really should be scoring that chance. He's not even offside there. It's a lovely pass through from Sadio Mane. He's pretty much one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and he just blazes it above the bar. Salah's really got to be scoring that.
It's on his stronger left foot as well. Is this the penalty claim?
Yeah, there's a potential penalty claim. Haaland's had a shot which has apparently hit Dejan Lovren's arm. I think that probably would have been a little bit harsh.
He's really close to it.
It's very close, so it'd been harsh to give that as a penalty. But once again, Mohamed Salah having another major chance on through on goal and missing it. He really does need to get a foothold of this match because he's been pretty poor so far, I'm not going to lie. Missed way too many clear-cut chances.
And, oh, there we go. We're back. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So they still can go through. Thank you, Clyde Tilsley.
We need something clearing up.
We just needed somebody to clear it up because, you know, the millions amount of rules that the UEFA has for cup draws and qualifiers and knockout stages.
Do you know what?
I've got unbelievable.
Admit, since the Euro 2020 draw, I don't trust anyone anymore.
Oh, well, no, after that it was terrible, wasn't it? So disappointing.
I don't trust them.
So here are Liverpool on the ball in the defensive half of play. And it's whipped up long to Salah. Mane gets the ball, but Salah just misses out on a touch.
Salah's been extremely poor tonight.
He's been really poor, really poor. You've got to be taking chances while you've got them. And here are Liverpool, who have started, I would say, the livelier of the two sides in this second half of football.
Should be 1-0 up, really, with that attack earlier where Mane threaded the ball through to Salah, who he ran across it, went to chip it over, but chipped it too far over, I'd say, and just ended up clearing the crossbar.
But here comes Salzburg. Could be the first real massive chance here. Here's Hwang Hee-chan. He's on the wing. He goes crossed into Minamino, who tries. I think he was about to take a shot on there, but well defended once again by Van Dijk, who is he's having a really good game so far. But I guess we're used to Van Dijk being the quality player he is in terms of making defensive tackles and clearances.
Firmino dropped extremely
Lovely
deep.
ball. It's into Salah. He goes past. Oh, it's a great save. I thought he'd gone past Stankovic there. That is a massive, massive block from the goalkeeper to make sure Salah could not go through on goal.
And I tell you what,
and even he knows he's missed a major opportunity to make it 1-0 Liverpool.
That's the difference between a quality goalkeeper and the young kid that Genk are playing, because
100%.
he's come out there, he's got only eyes for the ball. Oh, Haaland!
Oh, the
just
counter-attack. Well, maybe we're going to have a lively next 40 minutes of play here.
I think they've both got the news that it is 3-0 to Napoli, and this game, it's all on this game.
Just a little bit of a heavy touch there from Haaland might have put him off from being able to take a shot a little bit closer. Jesse March is he's quite happy that they're having chances on goal, but the chance there from Salah before
Great
is perfect
save.
reading of play from Stankovic. He just gets an arm, a little bit of a fingertip to the ball to make sure Salah can't get through on goal.
Stankovic's having a great game, but
And,
there seems to be an injury. Oh, he's back up.
The magic sponge. And Sadio Mane's got a booking there. That's a bizarre one, that. It looked like he was down on the floor injured for a second there. The play continued, and he's just got back up onto his feet, completely fine.
Rapidly.
And then gone to the referee to complain, and the referee's just straight up booked him. Very, very bizarre one, that. I don't know whether he was injured or... I'd have assumed that would have been an injury.
I really don't know. I don't know if we missed it, or maybe it was off camera.
Go. Yeah, well, that's a weird one. I don't know why you'd go down injured and then just magically get up and start complaining.
I was going to say, because
you're just giving an easy yellow card to yourself there.
And it proves it was no. Oh, but there is an injury. And
could that
is
be
that
why?
Lovren? Is that Lovren?
That is Dejan Lovren on the floor. Should be okay. He is down on the floor. He's cramp, I think they're saying.
Doesn't look like it, because that's not how that usually.
He doesn't look happy.
No, usually we cramp this stretch. He seems to be trying to mobilise his knee. But no, it looks like he's grabbed his
hamstring with a knee problem.
But
maybe that could be why. He doesn't look happy.
He's grabbed his hamstring as he's got up. I think he's maybe pulled it, or
I would have said, to be honest, in that situation, he's coming off. Yeah. So Joe Gomez is going to come onto the field straight away. They're not risking Dejan Lovren here, who looks like he's. They were saying before he's had previous knee injuries. That have been a problem for him. So they brought him on, bringing him off the field, and Joe Gomez is going to come on in his place.
I don't know if it's what I heard there, but did he come off at half time in the game against Bournemouth? I think they just mentioned on the commentary there.
I don't know.
I'm gonna give that a double check, but if he did, then that explains a lot.
I'll let you search that one up, and I'll keep talking about the game. Of course, I said keep it to date with Genk versus Napoli. It's still 3-0 in that match. It'd be interesting to see whether there's any more goals. Of course, Ark Duzmilik bagging a hat-trick so far in that match. But in this game, things should hopefully get a little bit lively. It's all or nothing. If Salzburg win, they're through. It's as simple as that. Well, if Salzburg win, they're through, but they must win by a minimum of 1 goal.
Yes.
If they win, I think it's like 2-0.
Lovren,
did he come off?
Yes,
we're having a few problems with the streams here.
He did come off.
He did. So
on the 40th minute for Alexander-Arnold. So it
bit of a weird one.
It's a niggling problem what it appears to be.
Yeah. It does seem to be. It's been interesting why they've played him today. But Liverpool here in possession. Alexander-Arnold goes past his man, passes it into Roberto Firmino, who is playing very deep, as we would usually expect him to play.
I think it was Schwabjalai.
Shobshalai.
Yeah, skip past
Latko Junuzovic, who tried to get a ball into the path of Hwang Hee-chan, but he just couldn't time his run to perfection. But here's Andy Robertson on the ball.
I think the game plan from Salzburg's quite obvious. It's hit them in behind. But
yeah,
now you could have done that against Lovren. However, against Joe Gomez, it's different because Joe Gomez has got the pace.
Yeah, I think
Alisson does not have the distribution as he's just leathered it clear.
Is it the right idea to play long ball and try and hit him like that, or do they maybe need to change up the tactics? It's the 55th minute. They've still got plenty of time, theoretically speaking.
I don't think it works now. I do think there's spacing behind Liverpool's fullbacks the majority of the time because they're so offensive.
There we go. This is a... Oh, I'm pretty sure...
It's Shobjalai.
Haaland, that whips it in. Very dangerous cross, to be fair. We've hit with quite a bit of pace and venom, but there's no one there to get a touch onto the ball. Here's Latko Junuzovic, but Henderson's there to make a great interception. Trent Alexander-Arnold passes it into the middle. Naby Keita finds a lovely through ball into Salah,
great touch.
who holds it and waits for Mane. He gets the ball. Mane takes on the defender, tries to toss it in, but it's a lovely defending there from the number 10.
Number 43.
Number 43, Nissan.
Nissan?
Nissan.
Some would say
Nissan.
move.
It's not Nissan, it's Nissan.
I was going to say, some would say move like a car there.
Fortunately, it's not Nissan, it's Nissan. Still 3-0, by the way, in the Napoli versus Genk game.
Mane appeared to try and take the long way round there because with his pace, he usually can just tap it past someone and still reach the ball. But Nissan went from 0 to 60 miles per hour in about 5 seconds.
So this is a chance here maybe for Liverpool to do something with the ball. It's been very, very quiet 55 minutes so far. Here's Trent Alexander-Arnold, who hits the ball into the path of Andy Robertson, who finds the pass to Mane. Mane, he goes past one defender. The goalkeeper comes running out. It's passed into Naby Keita. It's 1-0 Liverpool, and it's as simple as for Liverpool to score.
And you know what it comes from? That switch of play between the fullbacks, which has caught so many teams out in the past because they've got such a range of passing between them. It's Trent, switches it to Robbo, who gives it into Mane, who does what we talked about literally moments ago. He taps it past the defender.
And by the time Stankovic has come out of his goal, we're just seeing the replay now. It's a lovely switch of play there from Robertson. He sees the run of Mane, who takes on the defender. He runs straight past him. Stankovic comes out of his net, and by the time he's out, he'd either given away a penalty there for the tackle on Mane. But luckily enough, Mane's ball is precise into the path of Naby Keita, who has the... Well, to be fair, it was a bit of a tricky challenge there to get that header, considering the defender was in his view, but he was able to get it into the back of the net. And it's Liverpool 1, Salzburg 0. And now the pressure really is on Salzburg, because to be honest, they've got to score. They've got to score 2 now. They've got to win this game, and with half an hour to go, have they got to open up now and go for it? They've really got to, haven't they?
I think they have to.
They've got to go for it,
and that again plays into what we said earlier about Liverpool's style of play and the way they can break so quickly. And I think the fullbacks will be key, both defensively and offensively, for Liverpool in this second half. Haaland's got it though.
They're very good at holding off players. Very, very good at holding off players. But Alan has the ball. He's held it up. He's passed into the path of Minamino. But once again, it's another opportunity that is wasted by Red Bull Salzburg. They really need to take advantage of the opportunities that they've got, because so far they've had plenty of chances on target, but they're just not converting them. Not converting them.
We've got 2 open here, by the way, just to...
There we go. And they've got to go for it. We're just looking back at that chance there, and I think Minamino is very similar to Salah in the sense that they've both had really decent chances. But here's Salah. Stankovic is out of his goal. Salah's run past him, and it's in the back of the net. Unbelievable. It's 2-0 Liverpool, and from absolutely nothing, Mohamed Salah has just scored from such a tight angle. Once again, Stankovic comes running out of his net. But it's 2-0 Liverpool.
Well, I've got to tell you, for me, Nguini, the centre-back, has been at fault for both goals. He dived in against Mane on the first one, which meant he could take it past him with a touch.
Wow.
And here, he's gone to head it back. I don't know what he's thinking. He's gone to head it back to the goalkeeper, and it's very weak, and it's very undercut.
And he forces Stankovic to come out of his goal. He's got no choice. And here we go. We're just seeing the replay now. It's a lovely, lovely ball from Henderson. It's hit long. He tries heading it for some bizarre reason. It gives it to Salah, and it's such a tight angle to be scoring from there. But by the time Stankovic is out of his goal to try and claim the horrible header from the midfielder,
centre-back,
he's through on goal, and Mohamed Salah scores.
Well, we talked about earlier his weaker right foot, but I tell you what, that's a quality bit of finishing from the right foot there, because I tell you, that's much more difficult than it looks, because people can say it's an open net, but from the angle and from it being on his weaker foot, I think that's a quality goal from Liverpool.
It's poor from Ongwene.
Well, that's what I mean.
It's ridiculously poor from him.
I think he was at fault for the first goal by diving in on Mane, and if your player's got pace, you hold off, don't you? You don't let him get a run
Once
on
again, another long ball into the path of Salah, but this time Ongwene's there to clear the ball and take it out for a Liverpool throw-in from the attacking half of play. It's a little bit worrying here now because, as I said, it now means Salzburg have got to score 3. And to be honest, in a game like this, it just doesn't look like that's going to happen. Liverpool relentlessly attacking. Here's Naby Keita, who's taking his time. It was a lovely ball, but it's just deflected. Here's Henderson, gets the ball back. We know Robertson for his intelligent runs. He whips the ball into the box. It nearly hits Salah, who's disappointed that he just couldn't reach the ball. And once again, it was another opportunity there for Liverpool to end the game and make it 3-0. But honestly, out of nothing for that second Liverpool goal, and you can clearly see Jesse March, the Salzburg manager, is infuriated with the decision that was made by Ongwene there to head the ball. I don't know why he thought he could head it from there.
As I say, I think he's been at fault for both goals today.
Forces Stankovic to come out. It leaves him no choice, and we know what Salah's like. He's got a centric pace. He's just not going to let a chance like that go amiss. And here comes Salzburg. But the ball is straight back at the feet of Liverpool once again. And well, in the context of the group now, it means Liverpool go top. Napoli go into second place. It's still 3-0 in that game.
I think we saw an incredible comeback from Salzburg at Anfield, but I can't see it. They don't seem to be themselves tonight, which, whether it be the pressure of a big European night in the Champions League, which they've not really felt before, because look, they're just misplacing passes now all the time. And I think Liverpool's big match experience has come into play here a little bit.
Yeah.
Because they seem to be dominating the game
Mane.
now.
Lovely ball. Oh, perfectly blocked again.
Again,
that's a poor pass from Minamino. Very, very poor pass there. He finds himself very deep. But here comes Hwang Hee-chan. He's on the ball. He takes his time. He works the ball. And once again, poor pass. They just really aren't using the ball effectively right now. And here comes Mohamed Salah. Stankovic has got to come out again, but this time he's able to get the ball and clear it out. Mohamed Salah is really starting to look incredibly dangerous compared to that first half where he was missing a hell of a lot of chances.
Well, I tell you what, I think what Klopp's done in this second half is he's moved Salah to the middle where Firmino was located in the first half. And because he knew that Salzburg had to come out and they have to leave gaps in behind just to try and get a goal, that ball in behind to Salah, even if it doesn't get to Salah, it causes confusion in defensive ranks for the likes of Nguene and Wobber.
Well, that's the problem. At this stage, Salzburg have got to press to get the ball back. You've got half an hour left. You've got to score 3 goals no matter what. You've got to go press the Liverpool players. And once again, as I said before, it works incredibly well into Liverpool's hands. They want you to press their players because one mistake and Liverpool can just hit long and go for a player like Mane or Salah who's got the pace and got the trickery. And it's I feel sorry for Stankovic because he's pulled off some really key saves in that first half to keep his side in the match. But in terms of stats-wise, Liverpool have now had 12 attempts with 5 on target, 2 of them becoming goals, and it looks completely all Liverpool now. After the 2 goals, they're just dominating. As you said, Salzburg are making incredibly poor passes.
They do seem to be.
Here comes Nissen into the path of Minamino. It's cleared out.
I think it's going to take a moment of brilliance to get a goal to give them the inspiration to try and fight back here. But
oh yeah, and that is a free kick. I think is that to.
Yeah, you got to worry because Mane's on a yellow.
Yeah, he's got to watch out here. He did get the yellow card out.
He did get the ball, but it looks like Mwepo kicked the back of Mane's foot and fell over rather than anything else. But maybe because he came in from behind. So, see, this is a moment now because, do you know they're misplacing their passes? A set piece could be their key to victory here.
Well, exactly. This is a great opportunity. Zlatko Junuzovic is one of those specialists on the ball who knows how to hit a free kick. It's from quite a far range out, but he is the type of player where he'll go, I'll take it. because I can hit this with power. But whether they hit this for the defenders or he goes for goal...
It's Messi at the Nou Camp last year territory.
Pretty much, yeah. Junuzovic goes for it. He dinks it over the top. It's a lovely ball, but unfortunately Salzburg can't make anything from the chance.
Like everything for Salzburg, everything seems to be a yard off. It's clearly something they've worked on. He would have been offside anyway by quite a fair distance.
It's a lovely dinked pass, but
no,
Wobber just couldn't get to the ball there.
By quite a fair distance, he was offside, so it wouldn't have mattered anyway. But they tried something, but it's one of them you can only try it once now, because that's one of the things with the set piece routines that clubs do nowadays. They can only do it once,
exactly,
and then people are onto them.
And that's the problem. Salzburg really need to find something desperately here. We are just about to hit the 65th minute mark of this game. It's Liverpool 2, Salzburg 0. The first 45 minutes were pretty dire. To put it into perspective, there were plenty of chances from Salzburg, but they just weren't converting. Salah had a fair amount of chances, but it's taken until the second half for Liverpool to come to life with goals from Naby Keita and Mohamed Salah. Mane is on a yellow card, but he looks very lively, but he's got to watch out because he did just recently make another tackle. So do you think Klopp might take him off?
I would.
Just in case?
Would, yeah, don't risk him getting suspended for the knockout stages.
That'd be the one worry.
He's
it's another incredible piece of trickery there
it's got to be
Mane,
a foul.
And he's taken back for a foul there.
I'd say I'd be surprised I'm surprised if he's not going to get a yellow here, because he's had multiple occasions today where Mane's beat him.
Yeah, Mwepu's struggled, to be honest. Here's Mane. He's a lovely piece of skill, and he just kind of clips Mane, and then Mane clips his own feet and nearly falls over. But it's a fair free kick to give away.
It's one of them. He's caught the back of his ankles. I think he was annoyed that he nutmegged him, so he thought, I'm not having this.
Well, here's Robertson.
It's either going to be the... I wonder if it's going to be maybe an in-swinger from Trent.
I would have said an in-swinger into Van Dijk, which he goes for goal.
Oh, side netting, but
it was a good chance on goal.
I tell you what, Stankovic looked at 6s and 7s there in his goal. I think he was expecting a cross. I think he was fully expecting the cross, and he almost got caught out.
That was a great chance there, Robertson.
If you watch, he turns round as if to say...
Yeah, he does as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think he's fully expecting a cross, and he almost took him by surprise. But again, it's one of them. Oh,
here's a chance here.
Loose, but the ball's too slow.
Hwang Hee-chan gets the ball. He's going to take a shot on. He does from far out, but it's straight into the hands of Alisson. Good little chance there from Hwang Hee-chan.
The shoe was on the other foot there as Liverpool gave the ball away carelessly. But to me, they didn't break with enough speed there. The ball to Hwang Hee-chan was under hit.
Yeah,
so he had to 100%. Wait for the ball to get to him rather than him running onto the ball.
Here comes Henderson into the path of Salah, who moves back towards his own goal. Alexander-Arnold into the path of Van Dijk, who's looked comfortable all night long. Robertson back to Van Dijk, just calming the play down here, taking their time. There's no rush for Liverpool, of course. They are in the lead and they will go first in their group if things stay that way.
There is a substitute for
Salzburg, and it's Latko Junuzovic coming off the field. And they're bringing on Daka, another attacker in this situation. Patson Daka.
Are you surprised they've not brought off Mwepu, because he's been very behind the pace of the game, I'd say. But as a good point by Mr. Clyde, Junuzovic is the most defensive-minded, but he's that experienced head on the pitch, I think.
Yeah, I would have kept Junuzovic on, but as well, you've got to think 3 goals in 20 minutes. You just go all out now. They've got nothing to lose at the end of the day. They're going through to the Europa League, the worst case scenario, which for a club like Salzburg, they probably expected that anyway from when the group was originally drawn.
And I think they fancied their chances as well.
Oh, 100%. They could easily go quite on a decent run depending on who they get. But here's Sadio Mane, who has just been a threat all game long. He takes on 2 defenders and he's absolutely bundled down by Nissen. But the referee waves for play to continue.
I think he's been blocked off there. He puts the ball in between the both of them, and Nissen kind of runs across to block the run of Mane. But I can understand why the refs not give it, because
I guess the ref will look at it as if Mane's purposely done that with intention.
And he would never going to. I don't think he'd ever reach it anyway, because there was 2 defenders there.
Is Wijnaldum, who Wijnaldum's been really quiet today.
Yeah,
really quiet. But I guess you can say that in a good way.
Is that Mwepu again?
And once again, Mwepu with another tackle, and still not got a yellow card from the referee as of yet.
I don't know how.
He's somehow still surviving as we get 69 minutes into the game without a yellow card for the midfielder. In terms, as I said, of Genk Napoli, it's still 3-0.
I think
Arkadiusz Milik with the hat trick, and here's a chance there.
I think
Mane.
Wijnaldum's one of them that has a 7 out of 10 every week, and sometimes you forget he's there, but he's done his job perfectly all night.
That's the best way to describe him, in my opinion. Here's a great little chance for Salzburg to go on the counter-attack.
Everything's just too slow for Salzburg at the moment.
Yeah, it's very stop-start, which at this stage of the game you'd have thought they would have wanted to push a little bit higher, play the game a little bit quicker, because you get a goal now and make it 2-1. The worries start to build for Liverpool.
Yeah, the doubts creep in.
Exactly. And even now, the fact that Salzburg, I know obviously they've got to score 3, but it's still a theoretical chance to get through. They should be looking at this and going, right, let's attack. I mean, Haaland's had a couple of chances, but he's been really quiet, I think. Van Dijk has been marking him incredibly well. He's had the odd chance here and there to get through on goal, but he's been kept fairly quiet, I'd have to say.
Yeah, I think we were talking before the game about how eye-catching that front three has been. They haven't had much star-making moments in this game. Like they've been quality in the whole group stage, but today they've just not really
been off the pace.
Yeah,
to put it in a nice way.
Yeah, I think quality has overcome heart and I guess potential in this game, really, because I think Salzburg have the potential to be a good Champions League side with the young players they've got at the moment, but
they certainly do. Here's Haaland on the ball. He finds himself on the right side of the goal. He takes, I don't know, it's a shot or a cross, to be honest. I'd have said that was a shot.
He
looks very, very frustrated with himself.
This has been my problem with Haaland today. Every time he's been in a good position, he's not been through the middle. He's had to come and drop deep. He's had to run into the wide areas, which, because he's playing up front, I know Hwang Hee-chan's there, but Hwang Hee-chan's the same. He utilises his movement all across the pitch.
I've noticed a lot of the ball has been between Hwang Hee-chan and Minamino.
Yes,
they've had really good link-up play, and to be fair, probably should have made more of it. But in terms of seeing like Minamino and Haaland working together, I haven't seen that as much. I think a lot of the ball's been played to between Minamino and Hwang Hee-chan.
Bad pass by Alexander-Arnold.
Gets into Hwang Hee-chan. The ball is whacked against Hwang Hee-chan, and it is given straight back to Liverpool. Henderson tries to hit on the break, but there's a perfect block in from Ulmer in his fullback position for Salzburg. Just under 20 minutes left, probably 20 minutes including additional time. And Liverpool looking very comfortable. I don't think they really need to change the game style up. Let's be real. I think they're quite happy with a 2-0 result, it looks like right now.
I think this is a time where you make subs if you Klopp and you just kind of rest some big players for the Premier League.
Yeah, I would probably start thinking about that.
We are tired today, because I've just yawned. We are tired.
The next game is Watford. And it's their last Premier League game, because their game after that is in the Club World Cup on the 18th, which is going to be interesting. You can watch that. It's on the BBC, the Club World Cup of Christmas, which
stupid competition at a stupid time.
Which is going to be fun to watch. Can't wait for it. Actually, it'll be really good.
Oh no, I think it's great. It's
4-0, by the way. Napoli. Dries Mertens has scored a penalty.
I wonder why they didn't give it Milik.
This time it was Casper De Noor that gave away the penalty. So it's Napoli 4. Genk 0, and Mertens getting another Champions League goal. Napoli's all-time top goal scorer, funnily enough. But in this game, he's gone a little bit quiet again, I think.
Haaland again cuts inside. The ball there's to Daka. Daka's brought some pace to the game up front.
He whips this one in for Minamino. He takes the touch. He goes for goal. It's a lovely block, but it'll be ruining that missed chance there. Another opportunity for Salzburg to really pressurise this Liverpool defence. Takes a touch, takes a shot, but Robertson's there to perfectly mark, and he gives them a Salzburg corner.
I think Daka there showed his pace and showed his quality off the bench, and I think he might be the one. If they are going to unlock the door, I think it might be through him, utilising his pace in behind.
Should have done much better here. Salzburg corner's whipped in, and it's straight in the hands of Alisson.
Alisson Becker.
To be fair, he's had a pretty quiet game, to be honest. A lot of the chances on target have been hit straight at him.
Yes.
I mean,
lots
there
of
was,
catches and stuff like that.
Yeah, there was the chance from Mwepu, the half volley that went straight into his hands.
I think it was the big chance was for Haaland, which he saved with his legs because it was right at him again.
Yeah, I mean, Haaland has had a pretty poor game, to be honest. He's not really been the same eccentric play that you'd usually expect. But here come Liverpool, and it's Roberto Firmino who hits the side netting once again.
Bit selfish from him there, I've got to admit.
And Liverpool are making a change here.
That is Bobby Firmino,
In fact, I think both teams are making a change. James Milner is going to be coming on the field, and coming off for Liverpool
I think it's Bobby Firmino.
Bobby Firmino. He's coming off.
I keep hitting this mic. I do apologise because I keep trying to lean to watch the game,
And then I'm pretty sure there's another change happening here because they were swapping the boards. And Haaland's come off. Well, Haaland's come off the field, and coming on in his place is Masaya Okugawa.
Sorry, I'm moving.
Masaya Okugawa's come on for Haaland. Well, I think to be
Hasn't
fair,
had his best game.
he's not really had the greatest of games. So I think that's a justifiable decision. To be honest, he's not really changed anything, has he, in terms of chances on goals or major opportunities. So on comes Okugawa with an opportunity with the Asian front three lineup that they've now got.
I was about to say, another good budding young player from the Asian region. There seem to be a lot of them at Salzburg at the moment. I wonder if that's where they set up their young sort of scouting, because there has been some great Asian talent over there. You look at Heung-min Son, what a player he is. You look at Kagawa when he was at Dortmund, what a great player he was. I wonder if that's where they're trying to crop the talent there, because I don't think many Premier League teams look at there straight away to set up their youth. They look at Brazil, for example, like you Rodrigo, you Vinicius, you Martinelli, all stuff like that. So there might be a bit of untapped potential in that part of the world.
I'm just reading up on Okugawa. He joined Red Bull Salzburg for 100 million yen, which is not as much as
it sounds.
It sounds like a hell of a lot, but when we convert 100 million yen into pounds, £696,000.
So under $1 million,
which is
he's
well under.
Did he sign this summer? When did he sign?
Last year.
How old is the young man?
He is Okugawa. He is 23.
23.
So he's not as young as you'd expect him to be.
The
but he
aging
has
Okugawa.
come onto the field of play for the last.
And his
15 minutes
interception
of
by
this
Henderson,
match.
and Salah is through.
Good
He's
chance
one-on-one,
here.
but he's on his right-hand side. He cuts back in on his left. Good save again by Stankovic.
Great save.
He kind of pulled up a bit there, Salah, to get it onto his favoured left foot. To be fair, as much as we've been on Gwene's stick, he did well there to keep up with Salah.
That is a massive save.
It's too close to the
Yeah,
goalkeeper.
he really needs to get a little bit more curl on the shot, but if that had have gone in, that would have certainly been game over. Certainly been game
most
over.
definitely. And I'll tell you what, it's not game over because of Stankovic in the Salzburg net, whose stock has definitely been raised by this game, because we all came into the game talking about how good Salzburg's attack is. He has battened down the hatches at the back, and it could have been a lot more if it wasn't for Stankovic.
Zizan Stankovic, the 27-year-old who's been at Salzburg since 2015, and has certainly been one of their key players over the last couple of years at the club. But we are entering towards the final 10 minutes of this match. Liverpool 2, Salzburg 0. The other match, Napoli 4, Genk 0. The corner is whipped in. Salah attempts to hit it on the volley outside the box, but doesn't go as well as planned. Henderson hits the long ball into the left wing, but it's expertly defended by the Salzburg defence.
It's one of them for me where recently we've been saying it probably isn't Salah's best performance and he probably should have had more goals, but he always finds a way to get on the score sheet.
Oh, 100%. He has got a goal-scoring record that is up there with likes of Suarez and Torres.
Exactly.
And you think there's a lot of times, as you just said there, that we go into games and we go, oh, well, Salah's been really, really quiet, or he's just not done good enough, but he still gets a goal. And at the end of the day, that's what you want from an attacking player. I mean, it's scary, as I said, because he has a record similar to Suarez and Torres. He's a winger. He's not a striker. And it's scary to see how good of a goal-scoring record he's had, considering he was at Chelsea and he was an absolute failure.
Well, he was a bit part player at Chelsea. I don't think they ever
They never really
Stuck
got him
with
properly
him.
involved.
Yeah.
Very similar to De Bruyne.
Great feat by Wijnaldum there in the middle. Absolutely unbelievable. The strength to keep the ball and his ability with his footwork to keep the ball away from his opposition. I tell you what, that's absolutely class from the midfield. And he's shown his class since recent years in Liverpool, I think. I remember
100%.
remember at Newcastle, people just saying, because he was very inconsistent at Newcastle, but he was in a poor side.
I think what put him on the radar was when he scored 4.
Yeah, that was it.
That was the thing. I think that put him on the radar for other clubs.
But then people just kind of went, where's he been since then? When he was at Newcastle. And he wasn't always that good. But then again, he couldn't do it in that side because he wasn't surrounded by quality players.
And it's scary to think, as you said, because when he was at Newcastle, it's scary to think how good he is now.
Yes.
I mean, look, when he plays for Netherlands, he's like a Ruud Gullit. He goes and scores so many goals for Netherlands, specifically over this last calendar year. He's been inspirational.
He's integral to the Netherlands side.
I think he's integral to Liverpool side as well, to be honest.
Oh, I completely agree.
100%. I think you take a Fabinho out, for example, now, and Liverpool have coped quite well. You take a Henderson out, and I do think they'd struggle a little bit because Henderson just doesn't get enough credit for the play that he is. But you take a Wijnaldum out, there's just, in my opinion, there's no one similar to him because he's a very box-to-box midfielder.
Yes.
While Henderson and your Fabinhos are a holding kind of player, there's no one in that they've got in the side apart from maybe a Milner, but he's nowhere near as good as Wijnaldum.
I think they're trying to grow Oxlade-Chamberlain.
Yeah.
But when he got injured, it was really difficult now to create what they were trying to at the time.
I think they could still... Oh, wow. That was Haaland there.
He just asked for a water bottle when he was on the pitch, and someone threw it to him, and he just threw it on the ground in anger. Which,
not happy.
Yeah, I know he's a young guy, but you've got to be a bit more mature than that.
But then at least that shows his determination.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It shows his passion for the game.
It's one of them. I'd like to see if he was angry at himself or he's angry at the team, because it's okay being angry at yourself. I understand that, but then if you're trying to take it out on the rest of the team as well, I can definitely see him moving on because he does not look happy there. Not that I'm trying to fuel any rumours.
No, I just think that's unhappiness, that the fact that they've conceded
again,
from stupidity.
spacing behind.
Here's Salah again, into Mane, cuts round. It's another good save from Stankovic.
Again.
The rebound, Salah's still got the ball. He holds it on the far side. Mane into Henderson, who whips it at the far post. Robertson.
It's Milner.
He's passed in Milner. There we go, into Robertson. Streams a little bit... behind into Henderson, and the ball is passed back.
I'll tell you what,
to Liverpool.
The spaces in behind are glaringly obvious to see. And I tell you what, the passing between Mane and Salah there, it was as if they were taking the mick. Honest to God, it was like none of them wanted to shoot.
And well, to be fair, it's not like they've got any rush to shoot now, is it?
No, not at all.
But Salzburg just look a little bit lackluster now. I know Haaland's gone off and he didn't do a great deal, but they haven't really had any chances on goals since they made the substitutions of Daka
and Okugawa.
But Van Dijk into Henderson. They look very calm here. And we do have the Champions League draw, which we'll be doing live. You'll be able to watch it on the 16th of December, 10:30, while 1 p.m. So if you are new to the channel, do feel free to give us a like. If you are watching on Periscope as well, thank you very much for joining us in the stream. If you go onto Twitter, there is a link to my YouTube channel where you'll be able to subscribe and find out the latest news in European football on the Top Corner podcast. But in terms of chances, here comes Salzburg on the attack. Passing the pass of Mwangi Chan, who goes through on goal. He cuts through, but it comes off Robertson's foot and into the hands of Alisson again. I feel like I've said it, a lot of balls have gone into Alisson's hands today.
Yeah,
he's just not really had any trouble. I mean, this is the chance earlier from Liverpool. Once again, Mane's shot needed a little bit more trajectory into the corner.
To be fair, all the saves have been at Stankovic that we're talking about, but he has made them, and he's been capable when he's been called upon to make. I don't think he could do anything about the goals. One of them, he got sold up the river by his centre-back.
Yeah, the second goal, if you haven't seen it, It'll probably be on Twitter or somewhere. You'll be able to watch it. But it's a terrible mistake from the centre back. You just can't be heading it from that far out.
Well, it's
with the
defensive
hope of your
suicide.
goalkeeper.
It's defensive
yeah. Oh,
suicide.
yeah, exactly.
Especially in such a big game on a big occasion.
When you know you've got to push for the win and you've got your centre back on Guene doing headers like that, you think to yourself, we've worked hard. We've worked really hard to get to this stage, and a silly error like that can cost us.
Yeah.
But a player's gone down here for Salzburg, but he's back up on his feet. Salah once again, through balls hit into him, but Stankovic comes out of his goal and is even, he's offside, Salah in that situation. So there's no pressure on Stankovic there, which Stankovic has done a hell of a lot of running today. He's had to come out of his goal a lot.
I think because Salzburg are now playing such a high line, his starting position has to be perfect to keep coming and getting these balls, that they keep going long to Mohamed Salah and Mane.
But it's working a charm.
It is.
It's been working a real charm, and I would have thought by now that Jesse Marsh's side, he would have said to them, they've been playing long ball a hell of a lot in the second half. Keep tight on Mane and Salah, because the thing is, you do over the top to Firmino, he hasn't got the same pace as a Mane or a Salah.
No.
And it's and to be fair, if you do a long ball to Firmino, he's probably going to hold it up anyway for the other players.
But I'll be honest, there's not been enough created from Salzburg here. Oh, that's poor again
That's
in the
another
midfield.
poor pass. Here's Sadio Mane.
The ball's through there. Milner is racing down the left wing, which I never
Milner
thought I'd
chips
say.
it into Mane.
Ball's too long, though.
I'm pretty sure, has Origi come on?
No, he has not. It's only Milner. Milner for Firmino was the only change.
I would have brought Origi on.
There he is on the...
Oh,
you
perfectly
were right.
timed. I am correct.
He is there. He's on the bench.
Well, that was perfectly timed. I was like, I would have brought Origi on. He's just about to come on now. Yeah, I would have brought him on for these last few moments.
It's all right. You were half right. He was there, just on the touchline,
Good
waiting
guess.
to come on.
So Liverpool will be making a change. It's the 86th minute. There's a couple more minutes left in this match. It's still 4-0 in the Napoli-Genk game, and it's still 2-0 in the Liverpool-Salzburg game. But here comes Salzburg on the attack, but once again, it's a poor mistake. They just aren't making the most of the chances that they've got, because even now, in the 86th minute, a goal here will still put doubts in Liverpool heads.
Well, I was about...
You're at home ground, your support's here.
I was about to say, I think they've not had enough chances to keep Liverpool honest. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because Liverpool at the moment can be naive, because there's been nothing to fear in this game.
And here comes the substitution that I rightly predicted. Naby Keita comes off the field for Divock Origi. That was a great guess. I just think at this time, just bring him on, isn't it?
I was like, Josh Divock Origi's on. How did you know?
I'm a fortune teller. It's like when I predicted Rotherham v Hull. It's scary.
Oh, it's amazing.
If only I was like that with life in general and the lottery numbers. But here comes Liverpool on the attack. I'm just keeping my eye on Salah now, because the ball has been fed into Salah a hell of a lot. Salah and Mane, and I'm just intrigued to see the runs that they make. They've been tightly marked.
Origi's done fantastic.
Oh,
there.
A lovely piece of skill from Milner, bringing out the trickery. Here's Salah into the feet of Robertson, who finds Milner on the left-hand side of the field. Robertson expertly passes into Salah, who's left in plenty of space, into Mane, who tries passing it back to Salah from the edge of his box.
They're being very calculated and very patient at Liverpool in this attacking third now.
Yeah.
They're not rushing anything, whereas I think Salzburg are the complete opposite.
Oh, and that's another perfect reason of a chance where they could have gone on goal and tried and scored.
Whereas Liverpool, as I say, are calculating and they're thinking through every pass. Salzburg are either rushing the pass or they're taking too long deciding what to do with it.
Here's Salzburg hitting it high for Minamino. Chances blocked.
Origi is there.
He's doing expert defending. He's better than Lovren. He passes it away into the path of Mane, who hits it for Salah. There's a slight deflection. He leaves the ball because he's offside. Henderson whips it in. He's dinked it into Mane, who takes a touch. He takes another touch. He smashes it, but it's a fantastic block from the Salzburg defender. It should have been 3-0, but an expert block from Wobber means it's still Liverpool 2, Salzburg 0. What a fantastic block from the defender.
What an unbelievable block from Wobber.
He takes the touch, He shoots
Oh,
on
it's
goal.
a great. Do you know what?
And
That's
it's
what
a
you,
fantastic block.
That's what you
from
call
the Austrian defender.
Even though you're losing the game, you're putting everything on the line.
Exactly.
He can't believe.
And,
Klopp
yeah,
cannot believe it.
Klopp's clearly angry. He wanted that to be in the back of the net, but that's brilliant defending from Wobber as Salzburg make their third substitution. Dominic Slobozhai comes off for Majid Asimeru.
Be interesting to see how young he is. See if they're bringing on more substitutes that are young.
That's Asimeru. He's 22 years old, Ghanaian footballer.
Yep.
And there's another little chance there. Alexander Arnold whips it into the box. It's taken down. There was a touch from Origi, but Gomez got in his way. Here's Milner, who passes it back to calm the play down. And, well, nice and simple football here. Alisson out of his net. Has plenty of time to make the right decision. Milner's been everywhere since he's come on the field. I mean, he's at right back now. Whipping the ball up into the path of Origi. It's now a chance here for Salzburg to make something of it as we enter the closing stages of the match. Here's Nissen on the ball. Is he going to hit this long? No, he's not. But it's a terrible pass from Nissen. And now Liverpool can find themselves on their attack. There's 2 minutes of added time. They're in here. Salah takes a touch and it goes wide of the goal. Once again, should be scoring a chance like that. But the Napoli game has ended 4-0. A hat-trick from Arkadiusz Milik and a penalty from Dries Mertens means that Napoli will finish the group in second if Salzburg don't score 3 goals in a minute and a half, which is just never going to happen. But I've got to say, Salzburg have been pretty poor tonight in the context of the other 5 games that they've played. They've not really been too good at all.
For all the hype we gave them, I don't think they've quite lived up to it tonight.
No, the pressure, as you said, probably because they're not used to Champions League pressure as much, has told on them. But Liverpool, with their 2 goals, will top the group.
I don't know about you, Josh. I think professional would be the word I'd say, like a very professional job. However, Salzburg are breaking
They're on the attack here.
And again,
terrible ball from Daka. He should be doing so much better with that. Minamino is in clear space to have at least a consolation goal, but Daka goes on his own and then tries making just a terrible pass into the player.
Yeah. As I say, as I was saying, very professional. I'd say would be my description.
It's
nothing special.
It's a golfing class, isn't it?
Yeah,
to put
nothing
it
special.
In the best way.
They haven't blown Salzburg away, but they haven't needed to. They just needed to be better.
A comfortable,
comfortable
result. I mean, I feel like Salzburg played into Liverpool's hands perfectly, to be honest. Here's
Origi. I'm sure was fouled there by
so the referee plays
but again, they've given the ball
away. And here we go. Another chance here for Liverpool. Sadio Mane passes the ball into Wijnaldum, who tries
to spin.
A lovely spin, but he can't get through on goal.
It's only lovely when it comes off.
Stankovic holds the ball. He drops it down. And the referee blows the whistle. Red Bull Salzburg are out of the Champions League and Liverpool go through as the Group E winners after a 2-0 victory against Red Bull Salzburg. They were looking a little bit precarious at half-time. It was 0-0. Red Bull Salzburg were having plenty of chances on goal, but it was Liverpool who came trump, courtesy of goals from Naby Keita and Mohamed Salah. It means, as stated before, Liverpool top the group, Napoli come second. But it's not all doom and gloom for Red Bull Salzburg as they do go into the Europa League knockout stages after gaining 7 points from their 6 matches. What would you say about the game overall?
I think, as we said earlier, there was a gap in quality from start to end, really, between Salzburg. They'll be disappointed in themselves, and I think in their performance. There was a lack of cutting edge and just that lack of quality in the final third. I think sometimes they rushed the pass and sometimes they were just waiting for something to happen and no one was inspiring the play. Haaland, Minamino and Chan just couldn't get it going between the 3 of them. I think Liverpool, as I said earlier, very professional job. This is why they are the current European champions, because they know how to get it done.
It was very organised.
Yes.
It's the best way of putting it. It was a case, as you perfectly said before, the best way to describe it is they didn't have to go out today and really push Salzburg and attack them. They kind of let Salzburg have a little bit of a flow and let them try and push, because they know that Salzburg were the team that had the pressure on them to win, and they played into their hands perfectly.
If I could say anything, it's one of them, a forgettable but crucial performance.
Yeah.
You won't come back to the Champions League this year and go, do you remember that? No, but they need
No.
this.
You'll look back at it and you'll say, I remember it because they needed the win.
Exactly.
But apart from that, the goals were... Well, they weren't amazing goals, but they got the goals at the end of the day. And I mean, Salzburg will look back on that and they will think, well, we had so many chances on goal and we fluffed our lines.
It was a defensive mistake from Nguene, which he should never do. And I think, to be honest, a bit of quality from their superior players like Mane, where they preyed on the inexperience of the Austrian side.
Yeah.
And Nguene should never have dived in on Mane, just tap it past him and chips it into Keita for a simple goal. And then Nguene heading it back to the goalkeeper. We said before, defensive suicide.
Well, stats-wise, Red Bull Salzburg had 11 shots, 7 on target. Liverpool had 22 shots. They also had 7 on target, with 42% of the ball being to Red Bull Salzburg, 58% possession to Liverpool. So that is it for our live commentary of Red Bull Salzburg versus Liverpool. I think we'll probably do it again at some point. As we said, it was a little bit of an unexpected stream, but we thought we've got free time. Why not commentate on a game? It might have not been the greatest of commentary in the world, but we hope you bloody enjoyed it. So, Liverpool do beat Red Bull Salzburg 2-0, and they go through to the knockout stages alongside Napoli, who potentially could still sack their manager tonight, even though they're through, which is scary to think of. So from me and Kieran, I want to say thank you very much, Kieran, for joining me tonight. It's been a fantastic night of football.
Thank you very much. I want to thank you for putting on such a great host of
Thank
the Top
you very
Corner
much.
podcast.
I really do appreciate it. And for those of you that are still watching, just to give you a little bit of an idea of what's to come over the next couple of weeks, we do have the podcast tomorrow, which is about 1:15 while 3:15. You'll be able to watch that on YouTube when it goes live. It should go live about an hour or two after the live stream is done. You'll be able to watch that on Periscope and YouTube on the 16th of December. Do not miss out on this one. It's going to be fantastic. The Champions and Europa League draw will be live on our channel. It's an early start. It's 10:30 while 1 p.m. It's going to be interesting to see who gets drawn in that one, because there's no ramifications. We love to see it.
Yes.
It's just a nice, simple draw. None of that
don't say simple
rubbish.
now. Don't say,
we'll get into it. It'll be terrible now.
Well, this draw's been made, but if this team actually goes through, they can't face them.
I mean, unfortunately, you're not going to be here for it.
I'm trying to work on it. I'm trying to work on it.
Oh, maybe you might. It might be all four of us for that one. And then on the 18th of December, we have a podcast, but it's not going to be any podcast. It's going to be a very special one. I'm not going to give any details away about it, but look forward to that one, because it's going to be a little bit different to the usual podcast we do. That's on the 18th of December, same time, 1:15, well, 3:15. So once again, thank you very much, Kieran, for joining me.
Thank you.
And we'll be back again tomorrow for the Top Corner podcast. So from all of us here, we'll see you next time. Goodbye.